I'm not saying that.
I'm falling.
Don't move your head.
I can't move my head. Is this too far back? Someone push me forward. Dad, push me forward. Wait a sec, everyone.
Don't move your head.
Oh no, sorry. Okay, wait, keep me still. Yo, it's your boy, Seafoam Soldier. Thank you. And today, I've got with me some crew members. First off,
we are basically So Solid crew. Floppy Bob over here. Hello.
Cystitis, getting cured from cystitis from a couple of days ago. So thank
So
you.
proud of you.
Temporarily.
I'm just Dan. I'm not going to tell you about any of my diseases.
Just one. Tell us about one disease.
Just one.
Oh, I've got a cold. There you go. Oh, sorry. I'm talking a bit legal.
Exactly.
So excited.
I didn't realise I had to prepare a name, so I'm Luke.
Oh.
Luke's Australian.
Dan's British.
Really fun facts around the world.
Up in the
everywhere.
class of the stream today.
Exotic thing.
Oh wait, I've got to get the chat sorted.
Oh
Sorry
my
everyone,
God.
the chat's
What
not
is wrong
here.
with
That's
you?
what I was saying.
Sorry everyone. Okay,
Why
right.
are you
I
so
just
red?
said
Talk,
that.
talk amongst yourselves for a minute, please.
No, the chat window's gone.
I know.
Where's the chat fucking window?
Wait.
Oh, God.
Oh
No!
no!
Oh, God, what are you doing?
Here you go.
There you go.
Hey, Suzuki.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, let's whip the chat out and then we'll be right back in the game.
Sounds weird.
Yeah.
Get the chat out.
Actually, let's go for that. I'm not
Oh
happy
my
about that.
god. This is great
What we
content.
do?
It's alright.
I
people
love this
this.
content.
People-
Oh my God, I love this content.
Oh, this
Right,
is
there we go.
really
Right, there we go.
Okay, right, professionally navigated. Howdy.
Oh, Suzuki, yay.
Yay. Okay, cool. Right, should we do it then? Should we dive in?
As
Just
naturally
try not to turn.
as you possibly
Yeah,
I'm
can.
trying not to turn. Okay.
How are we
So what we normally do, Luke, is we go from the episode from the top to the bottom,
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
as slowly and as passionately as we can.
One second.
So let's do it.
Oh, yes.
Tops and bottoms, she's gone. Mate.
Exactly.
You have to
So-
always dance past this.
Yes.
So okay. Also, because my memory is terrible, I forget all my notes. I write stuff down. I don't remember what it refers to.
Okay.
So I need your guys' help in regards to that. And also, if I forget stuff or stuff you guys want to talk about as we go through, obviously interject as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I've written down Monique's got a lot to say. Oh, about Gia.
I thought you wrote God from your notes for a
No,
second.
no.
That also makes sense. But
That was last season.
yeah, she really hated her. Like she was really like
Yeah.
full on like glad the like ding dong the witch is dead kind of like.
Yeah, but I really hated her too. So
True.
Can we talk about Gia for 10 minutes?
No!
Just
10,
10.
not
just,
10.
Just
No.
10 minutes.
She's not even in this episode.
Please.
Enough.
This is the
Just a
thing where
cheeky
you
10.
like
A cheeky 10.
where you say 10 minutes and then we get to only like
Like,
5
push it
minutes
back.
and you still won.
I don't want to spend 10 minutes talking about
Just the 10.
What about Jade Jolie? We've not mentioned her for a good
See,
while.
we talk
So
about
I heard she's in the music video.
What?
Isn't she in a music video, I heard?
JJJ,
for like
just the
for Taylor
producer.
Swift or
No. Alaska, I think. I think she's in
oh,
Alaska's
yeah,
new
but
video.
she
She did the podcast, didn't she?
yeah.
So I'm trying to turn.
So basically, what we're saying is everything that Monique said was justified. Oh, come on. Why do you always
Don't make me shake my head.
Absolutely.
No, what I wanted to talk about was the Race Chaser podcast. Who's listened to it?
No.
Oh my god, I told you guys in the
I
friends.
know,
Listen
but
to
I
it.
hate
You
it when
you
you
I've
did.
got time for that.
No.
Is she, what are you doing?
I'm working and doing university.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
I understand now.
Yeah, that's a full-time thing.
Hey,
I
Kurt,
just
you're
went
right.
from my toilet the other day. Do you realise how humiliating that is?
I think people just expect that. We've got all work to do on this. So the podcast. So basically, Alaska and William gave Gia a call, and she spilled the entire tea on the series. Did you hear? Did I tell you
I
what she
saw
said?
some of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tea for transphobia.
genuinely, yes. So I
When it
said.
comes to Gia, it just is a bit like, oh, someone's bitchy because she didn't do very well.
No. That's not the case. That's not the case for once.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. That's the thing.
I
You
do
don't
because
really
we have
Well,
receipts.
yeah.
Why is it laggy? Sorry, everyone. This isn't come
no.
very well. What can I
That's
say? Not
okay.
attractive.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I just look really disproving at you as well. Actually, all of us do. None of us are treating you with any
Shut up.
Stop. I was in frozen. No, look, the microphone's still going.
This should be.
We
This
need
has
to
to
screenshot
be.
them.
Yeah. That's,
Oh my god, that was the worst.
Oh, no.
Can you put that in?
Why is it
as the,
broken?
thumbnail?
Can someone else wear the hat? Because I'm really scared of breaking it.
Ow, ow.
Thank you.
Still here,
Be careful. Be
everyone.
careful. Oh, it's back on again. Sorry about that. Maybe the USB connection's a bit loose. Right, hold up.
Oh, looks like you're picking your nose.
Oh my god, it's literally like.
Everyone just keeps smiling.
Smoking
just in case it freezes again.
Ugh.
Just do your best.
For like
sorry.
Miss Universe kind of stuff. They're like
You guys having like Latrice flashbacks. You level of professionalism right now.
The level of professionalism.
Romper room.
This is what happens when you bring up Gia when she's not even in the fucking
Yeah,
episode.
Steve
Gia-
cursed the
Gia
chat.
did this. This was Gia.
The ghost of Gia passed. She's still alive, I
She
believe.
is. She didn't die.
Not for long after what she said though.
Woo!
So basically,
The connection is not brown cow stunning. I agree.
It's true that. So
But I am.
what happened was, wait a second, let me remember the story. Yeah, so I said last stream that it was weird that Rue didn't walk around the workroom, even though it's Snatch Game. She always walks around during Snatch Game.
But make it funny. It's gotta
Not
be
at all.
Exactly.
so much,
I should have got
though.
cushion as well.
Yeah.
Did she not? I'm sure
She did it last time. She did it with Bianca Del Rio.
Things are
last time.
happening. Things
Oh,
are
yeah.
All
happening.
Stars, though, not so much in All Stars.
Things are happening.
Maybe.
Has it
She
gone
ever
off
comes
again?
around in All Stars?
What is going on?
Oh no.
Tell us if we're wrong. Did she ever come around in All Stars?
She
Rue, that
did,
is.
she did also 3.
All Stars 3, All Stars 2, she did.
What was also
I don't think she has this All
Gigi and
Stars.
Raven.
I feel like they have a
No,
little bit of
but-
a powwow,
but
and then
she always-
the event happens.
But she always goes around on Snatch Game. She always goes around and goes,
She
"What are you
does,
going to do?" And they're like, "This person." She's like,
But I feel like this
terrible."
season of All Stars, she just hasn't been around at all. I feel like
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but I think that's what's been happening. I don't
Yeah.
think she's been going around and asking people, "So what are you doing?"
She's
I
spent
feel
a
like
lot
maybe
of time
she-
to work from this season.
She's much
Yeah,
less
I-
involved than she used to
I feel like
be.
maybe because
She shows
it's
up
All
for 2
Stars,
days
she's like,
of the
"Nah,
cast."
they've already planned this. We've already sent them the brief weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
They've already spent their money."
"Yay, right,
Yeah.
okay, good."
Okay, well, I think the reason she didn't go around potentially, we didn't show it because she did do it. Well, no matter whether they air it or not, she definitely did go around the workroom. Because what Gia was saying is that the reason they probably didn't air it is because she had a confrontation with Gia, and was like I got the impression from what Gia was saying she's quite transphobic, or like not necessarily like transphobic, but like not nice or welcoming, or like she wasn't.
What you said to me that
Go on.
Gia was expecting something from RuPaul,
Mm.
like something a bit more, since the whole transphobic thing, and she didn't get that, and it was actually a bit confrontational. Like from that, what I assume happens is Gia thought that RuPaul was gonna really cuddle her and say how privileged she is to be in the presence of Gia, and then
As she should.
Gia probably said, "Oh, I'm
True,
doing
so
this
okay.
character," and RuPaul was like, "Oh, that sounds like shit," and then Gia got offended. That sounds a lot like something that would happen.
I really wouldn't have expected Rue to have mentioned anything to do
No.
with the
Exactly.
transphobic thing.
Rue's far too
Yeah.
careful with any media
But the
thing.
impression I got from what Gia was saying is that Gia brought it up with Rue.
Oh, okay.
Well, they don't have to show it.
No, that's right.
There was this kind of belief that RuPaul has to be friends with them all. It's like lots of TV hosts out there hosting TV shows.
No.
are not friends.
It's probably better if they're not.
God, this is
Yeah.
this is a
Why
separate
should
issue
they
though.
be?
This is a separate issue. If someone's transphobic and then they invite a trans person on the show, you
But
expect
what's-
them to
alright,
Yeah,
be
so
somewhat.
a lot of what Gia was saying was that she felt that the reason she was invited on
yes,
All Stars
Mm.
overall was basically as part of a redemption thing of okay, Rue's been transphobic. This is to kind of sweep that under the rug and be like, look, trans queen doing
Yes.
well. She's accepted. She's still doing drag. She's still part of whatever. And then kind of be like, okay, once she's left, that storyline we're not talking about that anymore.
Mm.
I mean, I think she was saying she found it weird that she was on, but then
never
the trans thing was
addressed
never
Exactly.
They
brought up.
mentioned
But
it
they've
a
been
lot. Like they mentioned her being trans.
Mm,
plenty.
something with Rue.
They just
No,
didn't
not
have
with
Rue
Rue.
go, I was wrong about what they said. Like I wouldn't have expected. them to do
And
that.
actually, in playing devil's advocate, I guess I've only really watched the show. I've not really gotten involved with the whole RuPaul being transphobic thing.
Yeah.
It's never really come up on the show, and I've just kept watching the show, and all I see now is that a trans woman is on the
Yeah.
show.
And I
That's
think
true,
like
actually.
That's
You-
what RuPaul would want us to know. Really, that's why I don't think he would address that on camera or off camera with Gia, because I think he just wants to kind of, okay, you're here, we get it, everything's excused, and any fan that don't know about the drama won't know about the drama,
Right, exactly.
kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly doubt that RuPaul would have said something offensive to Gia during the walkout.
But-
I'm not saying I would have loved that he would actually have addressed it and or said
But
something.
I think Gia tried to
Something
push
in
it.
the
though.
lines that of oh, it's great to have a trans woman here, anything like that.
Mm.
But I don't think he would legitimately say something offensive to Gia.
And I don't even think his original, my
I
thoughts
agree.
on his original comments were, if you'd asked any of us in that week what is drag,
It's true,
probably 99% of us would have said it's men impersonating women. And then we all got a bit like, oh no, drag can be anyone. It's like, yeah, but drag generally, I kind of got why Rue initially said what he did. And he very quickly said, actually, all right, I'm wrong.
No, I don't think he did initially. I think he pushed on it quite a bit.
He doubled down then.
He doubled down. I was a bit, I thought, again, the original comment, I'm like, yeah, I see where it's coming from. But it was when he doubled down, I was a bit like maybe think about it a little bit. I don't know.
What are people saying? Hi, Omar.
Omar makes a really good point. Yeah, I did notice this as well. So RuPaul, instead of gentlemen start your engines, now ladies and gentlemen, which I thought was a nice little touch at least. Yeah,
but the impression I get though is that maybe he was like pushed to get to allow Gia on. I don't think it was because I think who said it? Sorry, Suikin said that Ru allowed her on was sort of a gesture enough, but I'm assuming she's probably pushed to do so. I don't get the impression she's the biggest Gia fan.
Can I just say, by the way, that Grant got his wish? And we've been speaking about Gia for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, how did that happen?
He's clever.
Sake.
Crafty. Okay, should we move on then?
Yeah, please. Why don't we talk about the episode?
Oh, wait, sorry, just quick before Kurt leaves. Kurt's asking where he thought the lip sync was longer than normal today, the amount they showed of it. Do we agree?
Yeah, it wasn't even
maybe a
great
bit.
lip sync.
It wasn't great, but it was entertaining.
No. Yeah.
It was nice.
Yes,
there were no death drops, but that's fine.
No wigs caught in like
to be.
overhead things. Like
lots of headbanging.
Lots of
sideways headbanging.
It's very Tina.
Yeah, they do. Roma's right. So I can't see your name probably because the taste is really small. But yeah, you're right. There's always some really good tea at the Roscoe thing. I normally watch that as well because the queens from who got like eliminated normally are on it and they talk about what really happened. It's been good with like Farrah and Gia and that. It's been good. Okay, so then Manila defends Gia, which I thought was good after they had that heart-to-heart last week. And that when Manila cried and Gia cried.
Did Manila cry as convincingly as she cried tonight?
More convincing. You saw tears last week.
We saw tears this week.
I did not see tears.
I will send you a screen.
Well, Manila.
Yeah,
I think so as well. I think it's genuine.
I
think it's genuine.
Both Manila and Latrice.
Yeah.
Towards the end of their little crying on each other's shoulder thing.
Yeah.
There was a real close up, and you could definitely see like tears all the way down the face. Do you agree, people? Do you agree?
No.
Yeah.
What do you think?
She had an
100%. We'll talk about probably when we get there because like I've got some feelings about it anyway.
Okay.
Omar's over Gia, which annoys me.
Oh,
but
Gia did make
I'm
ridiculous
Gia
comments about Nancy Pelosi on Twitter. It's like,
good.
Not this week. Not when Nancy Pelosi has just been put in as speaker. And we've got Donald Trump to deal with, and you're tweeting out disrespectful stuff about Nancy Pelosi.
Why is she disrespecting Nancy?
Because she's a dick.
She is a dick.
Well, there we go.
I think Gia is a dick too.
She's just a bit. And then her tea on RuPaul was like, she didn't make a big special speech.
Yeah, that annoys me because one thing if you're like
you didn't hear the tea. You didn't hear the tea.
If it's one thing is like being a bitch in the show for the producers, another thing is being a bitch to Nancy fucking Pelosi. So let's move
She deserves it. Yeah, we're all thinking it.
Bye, Gia.
Okay.
Hope you don't watch this.
No, Gia, I love you. Watch it.
She's always on the stream.
Okay.
Sutakin is actually Gia. Just to describe.
Yeah,
Problematic. I completely agree.
Yeah, it's very problematic.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's Cos to talk about my mum?
Cos isn't here because he couldn't.
He's gonna go at 9, I think, potentially.
Fine.
Okay, Valentina spills tea on Manila. Oh yeah, because she tells everyone about Manila's plan to like get rid of her. Yeah, I mean that was kind of shady, right? Like, you didn't have to tell everyone that Manila was like playing a game like that, especially since she'd have saved you.
No, yeah, well she did, yes, but I don't know. I mean, it was a save, but it was also a save with a threat of like maybe I'll send you home. And I don't think she embellished. Actually, I think she was very, very open about these.
No, I agree. But
this is what happened.
Yeah, I thought she was actually right about it.
You know, and I thought actually Manila gave a look almost like as if to say, "What are you about to say about me?"
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Everything was defensible, and there was no embellishment on it.
I don't say she embellished, but she needs to bring it up though. Because I mean, she literally,
she did. They were in a game together.
It's clever to bring it up.
It is.
Yeah.
It is clever. Fair. Okay. Fair. Sorry, I can't read what I've written.
You need light.
Glasses.
Does Latrice know what industry she's in?
What?
What was the quote about then?
Oh God.
Oh, I really should put more context in it.
Was it when they were talking about last week of Snatch Game of how people kept talking over the top of her?
Yeah, I think this week is
everyone's so loud.
Oh yes,
that was it.
Yes,
that was exactly it. Yeah.
Latrice, just how could she not know at this point that she's got to kind of get her voice out
there?
The
comment that stuck with me was that she said these challenges can go south really quickly if someone outshines the other. So everyone else voices down. Like no, everyone voices up.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Quiet, you need to
bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, she's not been good on any comedy. Like both Snatch Games she's done have both been pretty terrible now.
It's kind of been like Latrice with a slightly different wig.
Yeah.
Speaking slightly differently with like a couple of like buzzwords thrown in. Like, don't get me wrong, I find her incredibly charming, incredibly funny individually as a person.
What, Latrice?
Challenges.
As in by
Do
herself.
you?
Well, like by
Do you?
herself, I find her charming. Yeah, like,
What
but
she-
not as a like as a persona rather than like in a challenge.
Like, I think she's traded a lot on Get Those Nuts Away from Me.
So do I,
That
so
is
do I.
One
Way too
funny
much on that.
thing, and they use it on every time she's on anything.
Yes.
They mention that bit,
Yeah,
and she was coached to hell to get that line out. Like, they were
yeah.
like, do it again, do it again, do it again.
Yeah.
Like, I like Latrice, but I'm starting to kind of question why.
I said that in my reaction to in her Meet the Queens. I think she's overrated. I think she's kind of
Yeah,
like
I
a
think the
meme
way
and-
she's approached a lot of things as well, like in terms of even her outfits, I found a lot of the time they've been like quite basic compared to the other queens, and it's
Yes,
almost a bit like
so basic,
I have a
yeah.
nice dress.
So
It's like,
basic,
yeah,
Right, like
great.
her curves outfit was, I'm finally going to cinch.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah, exactly. That was
yeah.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
She could have won,
Yeah.
she could have worn that dress in season 4,
Yes.
and it would have been
Yeah.
like a safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And the rest of them were so
Same hair,
good.
same makeup, same face furniture.
Yeah, 100%.
And they didn't really pick her up on it. And I'm kind of, maybe I'm just glad she's gone, because I feel like all the judges want to be nice, but
there's
tonight
kind
was
of
like, oh.
there was a bit of a like kind of protective force field around her,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
there? Which is a bit uncomfortable.
I did fall in love with her in her season.
Mm.
Me too.
As a person,
Everyone's
she's
Even
funny.
when she
Well, I
joined
don't
this
know,
season of
after
All
this
Stars, I was team about 4 people, but one of them was Team Latrice, and I
Yeah.
thought this is going to be great,
Oh,
but she's not really.
she
Yeah,
should not have gone on this series.
And
But
it's good that she's gone just before the roast challenge next.
Oh,
yes,
really
I
bad,
agree.
right?
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a
That's the thing.
safe
But did anyone expect her to excel like in the challenges now?
Mm.
Like, what evidence do we have that she would do?
Hopes, but then
What
yeah,
evidence do we have that she's like good at stuff?
she made it to top 4 in her season.
Yeah, but she like did she excel at
That was
anything?
6
Like,
years ago.
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Not really.
And she was
Well,
she was
and
bottom
made
quite a
it
lot
very,
now.
She
Yeah.
made it very far on All Stars.
Like, you can't.
too.
All Stars is All
One.
Stars 1 is like
Yeah.
don't bring up All Stars.
And Manila carried her a bit in All Stars 1. in
Yeah.
fairness.
Yeah.
The fact that she's done now All Stars 1 and 4 and has done badly in both of them.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
just think she should not have done this. I would have just waited
I
for the
agree.
next one.
Well, she was.
Yeah.
Or not done it.
I mean,
Just-
obviously we'll get to
delusional.
it later as well, but like it really annoyed me her kind of speech about like
We'll talk.
this
we'll
is
talk
like
about, I've got it
my
written down.
crown, and you're like,
I've got it written
no,
down.
I just don't
Exactly.
buy it.
I
Yeah.
completely agree with Omar and Sudikan, by the way. Yes.
Yeah, Latrice just felt.
I think as a club performer, and I have seen her in a club, lucky enough, and she's great. She comes out,
I
and
can imagine she would
does
be, yeah.
big lip syncs, and she has the big outfits and the big hair, and that's what you want in a nightclub. But this is RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars.
mm.
Yeah.
But we saw her at the Monster in New York, and I wasn't. She was okay, but she just came out, lip synced one song, and went in again.
I think she does
She
bank a
didn't
lot
talk,
on.
she
Her,
didn't
yeah, her
look
status.
funny.
Yeah.
It was a bit
Yeah.
like we were all so in awe of it. It's like, oh my god, Latrice is here.
Right, it's the
But
name.
ultimately, she didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
It's the name, and you can't take that away from her.
And I don't get why now. I honestly want to go and rewatch season 4 and like, that's why we loved it.
Yeah.
I've forgotten now why we did.
'Cause it really pissed me off that she was like kind of banking on that, especially when she was like, oh, you know, like I'm Latrice motherfucking Royale, like people love me. And you're like, yeah, but like this is a competition.
Yes.
Bring it.
Yeah,
You
Like,
have to be large and in charge now, not just
Yeah.
Yeah.
years
And
ago.
this is
Yeah,
All
yeah.
Stars. Like the other queens here are beloved. Like
yeah.
Manila is here, and she has a fairly big following.
And if
you know,
you'd
like-
said to me like, Monique Hart's going to send home Latrice for you, you'd have laughed. But tonight, I'm like, yeah, Monique
Yeah, good
fucking
point.
deserved it.
That's a very good point.
And that's, I think, actually as well. That's for me, like the ethos of All Stars is someone like Aja or someone like Monique can come back very soon after their season and surprise you.
Yeah.
Like it's not about like, as Trinity said, it's not about I've been doing it for X amount of years. I have the formula, you know, like Sasha Bell style. Like I've worked out the formula to win this.
Oh,
It's-
Saturday.
I know, forever in our hearts. But like,
Well-ish.
well,
Yeah.
the other Sasha. But like, I think it's that kind of thing of like, actually, it's perfectly reasonable and possible and a good thing for people to come to All Stars who didn't do well at all in their seasons
Yeah.
and kill it.
To bring it, yeah.
Like that's kind of the point in All Stars. It's not like it's not crowning someone who almost got there.
Right.
Like,
agreed.
it's kind of it's another competition. Like, you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to-
I'm
bring
reading Omar's comment. I cannot
Oh, that's
say Monet.
funny.
She's not an all-star. She needs to take her
Moldy
her
sponge.
moldy sponge and go wipe her sweaty forehead.
Monet is like Latrice for me because
I'm
I
here for
love
Omar.
Monet, but I'm starting to be like, why do I like
Yeah.
Monet? Because she's let me down on so many episodes.
I have
That's
this,
what's
yeah, Monet and Miss
Really wanna
Cracker
watch
in
that.
season 10. I was like,
Mm.
both
Yeah.
of you, I would pay such good money to see your own show that you'd created, that you'd thought through.
Yes.
But like this competition isn't necessarily working for you.
No.
And
No, I don't know. I think that's being too kind, especially to Monet. She should thrive in these sort of challenges.
She should.
And previous comedy challenges.
She's always like
exactly her brand.
And actually, at the moment, they're all comedy challenges, aren't they? There was
exactly.
That's what I mean. This was a comedy challenge. The roast next week is obviously comedy.
So again, this is similar to what I'm saying about Latrice. Like, if she's not doing great in these sort of comedy challenges, why would you expect her to have like an amazing comedy gig if you saw her live?
Yeah.
You know.
And also, you might not be expecting a comedy gig from Latrice. In fairness to Latrice.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Comedy's
But
not
I mean,
the only type of drag.
No, of course.
I know we've moved on to Monet. Yeah, I agree.
But I was gonna say, but with Latrice, like I get like she's staying in her lane, as people are saying in the comments. But like, we've not seen previous seasons of Drag Race. Like, you know what you need to do on the runway at least in terms of design. So you can't just wear dresses.
And the fact that Latrice thought she did well in the challenge.
That was
How do you not know this?
I don't think she's been watching Drag Race genuinely. She can't have.
I think she did at one point mention in the interviews that she hadn't really been. No, who was it? Someone mentioned that hadn't. Oh, Gia mentioned she hadn't been.
If that if that performance,
I just got away from it.
if that performance was within like the first few weeks of an actual season with like 14 queens, she would have probably gone safe.
Yeah,
but
and I think
it's all stars. There's only like what.
Seven of
them. Yes, yeah, that's a good point.
She did the worst, even though she didn't do that bad. She wasn't a fucking car crash.
It was just
but it wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
wasn't large or in charge.
Yeah, I don't get how you can go out and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna talk about cake. Like,
And no, you can't steal my thunder because this is my turn. No.
And actually, I love that.
Job is to steal your thunder.
And I love that because Monique clearly did steal her thunder with the objectify thing. And
that was so good.
Yeah, she was like, no. She tried to say, oh, you've had your moment, don't talk. Like she did last week to Gia.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't break character like that. Like, be funnier, be louder.
Yes.
That's how you kind of
attract their attention back.
You were literally working with drag queens. How have you not twigged this?
Last week, I mean, I don't like Gia, so last week I was like, yeah, you fucking tell her. After this week, I'm like,
it's an annoying trend, isn't it? Now?
You can't just stop in the middle of the task and be like, Gia, please stop overshadowing me.
Yeah,
you're ruining this
It's the like Max raising a hand. No, who was it? Who did the whole hand raising thing? Like, my hand is up.
Oh, it was Max.
Eureka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
oh god, yeah.
Shall we? So we talk about main challenge.
Your hand is up. You're not doing.
Sorry, we've jumped right ahead.
No, I don't think we really missed anything. We skipped Naomi's team, but we'll go back to them afterwards. Let's start off with Latrice, Monet, and Monique.
The first one was
No, I'm saying we're already talking about Latrice like an hour, so we should do that one first. We'll go back.
I mean, thank God for Monique Hart. Like, she was the only one that went into that with any kind of character or lines or energy. Like,
I don't think Monet did that bad.
I was going to say, that's what I was going to say as well. I think Monet, I think Monet did really well.
And actually, I paid attention. And I was watching the. I saw this morning, and I've also seen this evening. And the same judge that really heavily critiqued Monet also critiqued Valentina's outfit, and I disagree with both critiques. So perhaps it was particularly harsh judging.
I didn't like that judge. She was really like.
Which one?
She was like, I don't like your dress. I don't get it.
The first one who was introduced, I can't remember either.
The actress comedian.
Not Zoe Kravitz, but the other one.
Something Ash. Something Ash.
Yeah.
I thought she was a little bit of a know-it-all. But there you
go. All right, coming from blood.
Delusion convinced herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Convinced yourself.
But yeah, so who's the other one? So Latrice, so Monique, yeah. So we're all here for it, right?
Yeah, we're all
here. Yeah. Because I was worried about Monique going in because I find her sometimes a bit like it can really flow. Like she can
messy.
Yeah, but actually and her like falling on the floor and having the cake on her face was just like sublime. Like that was like how you do it. Like incredible.
Yeah. Brown cow stunning.
100%. I do think like it's interesting with normal seasons, but especially All Stars. Like I do feel like some of it, like the challenges, especially this season, have been geared towards certain contestants. Like all these challenges seem to have really suited Monique.
Yeah.
Do we not think? Like
Monique and Manila actually.
And Trinity.
Well, comedy.
It certainly favoured the comedy queen.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's say Trinity. I'd say I think Trinity's sort of like done well despite. I don't know, because like this is like more reality TV sort of vibe. Like Monique did really well on the reality TV stuff in her season as well.
Yeah, true.
And it's sort of like reality TV character. And again, she played reality TV character in the Snatch Game, and like she's been able to do that in.
I'm trying to think what other tasks there are that aren't comedy queens. Like what? Like lip syncing? Have they done that? They did that.
They did the girl group.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have like a fashion challenge.
I'd love a fashion challenge, a workroom challenge. Like,
Naomi needs
make 5 outfits.
They don't really do workroom challenges.
I love them.
Yeah. I think it's because they try and. I don't know. I can imagine the show has an interest in showing these queens as being better than the normal season queens, and so therefore they give them pre-warning and lots of money to you know pre-prepare all of
They
this.
don't even
show
show that much in the main series anymore. I miss it. I used to love like, oh
Same,
god, I
same.
need this fabric. Oh, I can't sew, and all the drama. And now you just don't. You might say that for 2 minutes, and then they'll have their 10 minutes of a moment of let's tell a story about my life.
Right
Yeah.
then, just watch Project Runway then.
I just maybe.
I like to do that because the
Santino.
judge now who's commentating on fashion, Carson, is also comedic.
Yes.
It's totally gone comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Michelle
interesting. It's a
Visage,
good
Ross
point.
Matthews.
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
the other
The
one.
comedy's
The
entertaining,
guy, I
right?
forgot his name now.
Which is why
Yeah.
I think,
Ross.
The one who used to tell like this.
Santino.
Oh, Todrick. Oh no. Okay.
which is
Todrick.
which is why
Santino.
Santino.
When I was,
Todrick's
expecting,
funny.
we got
I was
Todrick
expecting. I was wondering.
Todrick
Like, if
does
Todrick would
comedy
be-
music videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Todrick does
I liked
everything.
Santino. Santino had like.
Oh,
Same,
when he
Santino.
said
I
he
liked
an
him as
outfit,
well.
I believed him.
Yeah.
I love Alyssa just like Santino. You shut up with your non.
No drag knowledge.
Yeah.
In no grammatical sense. Sorry, that's why not.
Is there anything else we have to say about that team?
Do you
In a
have
challenge?
anything to say?
I just.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I put Latrice silent plus boring. Doesn't really perk up.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. I didn't interview them afterwards. That's the only team we didn't interview.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
I wonder if just
Oh.
the interview wasn't particularly.
That's what I'm
It might
thinking.
well have been.
Yeah,
that's
Like
what I'm
that's the
thinking.
one you could probably cut.
Maybe
right?
there's 3 of them, so like you've already done enough
Yeah,
screen
true.
time.
Maybe their segment took longer.
Yeah.
Ran out of minutes.
Okay. Should we do Manila and Naomi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was super impressed with Naomi. I thought she was.
Yeah.
I think it
I
was
don't know why
probably my
they didn't
favourite.
like it as much.
Same.
The judges were a
It's
bit harsh. on
Rigor
her.
Morris.
I-
It was really
Yeah, I
nice.
thought she was funnier than Manila.
100%.
I know. I thought Manila was much funnier.
Yeah.
Really?
I
She
thought
was.
that
I
Naomi
didn't.
was
I
funnier
didn't.
in smaller, bite-sized portions.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Manila
thought-
just kept it just kept coming, whereas Naomi had sort of waited for her moments, and then it was funny. It was very Wendy Williams. Again.
Yeah.
Funny, but just not quite big enough.
Right. But again,
Oh,
like,
really?
I also feel like that scene also really worked because of the two of them. Like I think like Manila was given enough chance to shine because of Naomi being how Naomi was as well. Like I mean, for me, like I don't know, for me that personally that was I think the strongest like team.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of gutted that we didn't see Naomi in the top.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't think I'm
Yeah.
I do like Manila a lot. And I've been really impressed with her looks
I
and
don't
her
think it was
performance
that
generally.
funny.
That's something I think I'm missing something with Manila. I just really don't think her performance
Me and
was that
Grant sat there
funny.
in that challenge looking.
Yeah.
She
It's
was,
really clever.
she was professional. She
Yeah,
was
she's
smart,
professional. Was she?
but Naomi was much funnier.
Yeah, I think so. Naomi was so much
I
funnier.
think Manila had so many different layers to hers. Like there was the fake barking at the end. And
Yeah.
It was very much like
and the whole reveal of the wig that was a thing. And
Mhm.
if it had all been like
there were
more
lots of little moments.
cohesive, I think it would have been better. But like the barking was just at the end. The wig was obviously provided for her.
But I think Manila's like
Sure,
built.
but I think she would have had to decide.
She was
what
a bit.
wig
She,
to
I
do.
thought
Yeah.
she did very well. I just thought Naomi just brought the laughs.
But
Yeah,
I
that's what I
agree
think
with
as
what
well.
Luke said in terms of the layers, though, because I think Manila's character, like at first, like Naomi was much funnier, I think, but like Manila's was just so constant, and like
Yeah.
you just got a little bit more of the story. Then you got the barking, then you got the like
Right.
it was so thought through. And this is actually one thing I love about Manila
Yeah.
is like she's always thought through like a million different steps down the line.
Yeah.
Like she's got a look, but like actually there are so many details of that look that are really thought through, that are really conceptual.
Yeah.
Like it's why I absolutely adore her. And I think like although it wasn't like it never had as many big laughs as Naomi's, I think it was like overall just that little bit stronger. But Naomi, in my mind, should have been like
I
in the
just
top two
thought
with her.
Naomi's felt a bit less thought out, which I liked. 'Cause it
Yeah,
felt-
Yes,
it was
I
a little
agree.
bit more raw.
She was
Well,
throwing
the
lines
one-
out that she just thought up, whereas Manila's felt like
Yes.
she came in with a script.
Exactly. For me,
Yeah,
it was
And
it's-
just read the script out.
Sudica's just made the comment. Her name's Panini.
yeah.
Like,
Exactly. That's so good. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that's just seemed to come from. Like, what the fuck? That's hilarious. But where did that come from? And
Yeah.
Naomi,
Yeah.
who just isn't like that movie.
Exactly.
Like
The
Naomi had the
voice.
dog there, and she only referred to it in the end when
Mm.
Michelle made a comment about the dog.
Yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
could have used that and added another layer, perhaps.
Maybe.
I feel like even in the Snatch Game of Love, Naomi had a character, and that's where it started and stopped.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Manila, like, okay, I'm going to give you a taste.
Oh, so
and
Very,
I
very
don't
Nina Belina
know.
finger to that. Yeah.
I don't know, 'cause
she
I-
really
I-
nailed this one.
I feel
Like
like-
the voice. Everything.
Naomi.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I feel like my issue with Manila's performance is it's just a bit expected. Like it was very good, and like it was pretty funny, but like it was like the jokes weren't. I think I didn't really laugh because I expected her to say what she was saying, whereas Naomi was saying like random things like the panini thing, and like half the stuff she came out was just so like out of left field. That's what appeals to me.
The mannerisms.
If I ever get a dog, I'm calling it panini.
Hell yes.
This will be the bone of contention with me and my boyfriend. I'll be like, no, this is called panini for reasons that I cannot explain.
Look it up. Look it up.
Exactly.
But I don't think Naomi's robbed. I still think Monique.
Monique
deserves
to
a good
be.
win this week.
I thought it should have been Monique and Naomi.
I agree. That's what I think as well.
Yes, let's go with that.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
Let's keep it as it was because I thought Manila outshone Naomi in their challenge.
Plus, they needed Monique and Manila for the kind of story, didn't they?
Exactly.
Of like Latrice and
exactly.
But
Yeah.
that's
Sukin's
what
brilliant
I
about.
hate. How could have fucking lived without those fake tears?
I
But
know.
we'll get to
They
it.
weren't fake. We get to it. Okay.
This is team
Oh, I'm fine.
Naomi, team Manila.
No, I'm team Naomi. I just don't think fake tears. Okay, so last team in the challenge. So Valentina,
Yeah, I was really hoping for like a Nina and Tina car crash again.
yeah.
But like it was actually alright. Like Valentina was really fucking funny.
Yeah,
Like
funny.
that look was just like it was so fucking far beyond the pale. It was incredible.
She was just like, bada bing, bada boom.
Like, I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know how this goes. Do I give it to you or do I give it to you? Hey, darling.
yeah.
I feel like Valentina's at that point now where her face makes me laugh. Even the little
Yeah.
interview segments, she's so expressive and so funny. And I love that she went ugly and was funny and she looked like a fucking mess. And she normally just does
She was late.
It was
Why just stand there and wait for your turn? Why not just come in late?
Yeah.
just
brilliant.
incredible.
So, yeah.
Trinity had a build up though. She started slow, but I thought she really.
I like
She started really slow. What's your name?
Yeah.
Fish up her pipe.
But it
She was
got
still
better.
remembering.
It got better.
It was okay.
I thought she was okay.
It's fine.
I thought she was definitely.
I
sick.
liked the expression that the way she said things was funny, and she had funny little words.
Yeah.
For the person that always says, "Where are the jokes?" It was like, "Where are the jokes?"
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's a fair point.
drag queen heal thyself. Really.
Well, that's kind of her thing, and she said it in this episode. And she said
I
it in
might
this
hear that one
match.
more time today. Drag queen, heal myself.
Well, that's the thing. Like, y'all know my view on Valentina. Like, I don't know if she's for me 100%.
Oh,
Like,
I
I get
so want her to win.
I get that she was-
wonderful.
she was good, but I don't know. I didn't find her that great person in the challenge, which is fine.
It was more her face. It was expressions. It wasn't what she was saying so much because it was so like incoherent and.
Yeah, she
Right,
had no
rambly.
idea what to say.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
in character and the look was funny, but I'm not sure there were many jokes coming from
That's
her.
what I mean. I think she gets a pass because obviously everyone loves her so much, and like anything
No,
she does
but-
is
wait,
beyond.
I
I
don't
love her because
know.
she's pretty, and
Yeah.
she wasn't pretty tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Valentina. I'm not a fan of Valentina, but I thought like
But she represents your
she said
country.
She really brought it.
she said her strong suit is not improvising. So she sort of just improvised
Yeah.
like with her expression. She used her strengths. She wasn't the best, but I thought she did funny. Like she
Yeah, it's the kind of Valentina redemption thing as well, isn't it? Like, had a, did a terrible lip sync before made it up. Like, had a bad improv challenge.
Yeah.
Now is kind of making it up.
It's the bloody redemption tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's yeah.
Redemption.
Everyone's loving Valentina.
I love
In the chat.
Valentina. I think she's hilarious.
Anything else to say about the main challenge?
I liked it. It was nice to have something different.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Yeah,
a nice
yeah.
episode.
I like when Michelle Visage is more involved.
That's exactly what I was about to
Yeah.
say. Yeah,
She's
yeah,
super fun.
Yeah,
She is.
And she gets it. And she, like, even when she does a tour of the workroom as well, I find her really, I know she's helpful, but
Yeah.
she's sassy as
She's
well.
got a good
And I
balance.
feel like she does have a relationship with the queens after they leave the show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she does stuff with them, and
that's
like
the
you
thing.
saw our daughter Delano's reaction when she critiqued
Right.
her in All Stars. That she obviously does
Yeah.
have that.
She's
Yeah.
Which I think
much
means
more
both in All
approachable.
Stars she already knows them, and also in the main seasons she knows that she's about to be working
Yeah.
with them all.
And dare I say, if in 10 years Rue decided to quit and they were like, "Fuck it, we'll give it to Michelle," I would still watch it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh
That
100%.
one, Michelle,
She should do the UK
Michelle
one.
Visage
which is
and
Drag Race. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, maybe just something else.
Okay, so now workroom stuff. What do you think about Latrice psyching Trinity out? Do you remember? She's like, "Oh, did you forget your name at the beginning?"
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why did she go and say it? So I feel like it's very unlike Latrice. What we know of her anyway.
I
Maybe
don't
it was-
know. Sorry, you go.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if the producers made it to seem like, oh, Manila psyched her out and then she went to psych Trinity out. I don't know. That's how it actually happened, but that's how they sort of made it seem like it happened.
Yeah,
right.
But it's very sort of misleading if it's not actually. It didn't happen like that because we don't know. Like Manila could have had that conversation after.
Right.
Latrice had already talked to Trinity.
Yeah.
Or it could have been a lot sort of in the context of some other conversation. But if it happened in that projection, it does seem like Latrice got psyched out and then she thought, oh, I need to talk to someone else who might be in the bottom kind of
Interesting. Sukin's suggesting it's produced. You see, like Latrice seemed uncomfortable asking it.
I felt that it was very much like for me. It felt very much like when someone walks over in the workroom, is like, "So, any of your parents die recently?"
Exactly.
It was very,
It's very odd.
That used to be my opener. I meet people.
It seemed manufactured. That's why I'm thinking, like, I don't know that's it. If that's just what they wanted us to think. Or...
I think it felt a bit produced. I think also it felt though that that perhaps Trinity was taking it like defensively.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Latrice was actually just asking, I'm going to ask you a question. Was that a forget or was that a
But what else would it be though? It wouldn't be
because we were watching it as viewers and we get the little like noises and we get the subtle clues, which is like, oh god, she forgot.
Right.
If you were just cold watching that,
you wouldn't know.
That was a long pause. You're just saying, did you forget your name? Because it took a while.
Right.
I just think the question probably wasn't as bitchy if you were just in Latrice's position.
Yeah.
Because didn't the video come up of Trinity going, oh, I can't believe I forgot my name and da 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 da.
But what else would it be? It's obviously it wouldn't like unless her character was forgetful or something where it makes sense. But it only
because she was just saying like it took like. Did you forget the name? Because it felt like I don't think it was that bitchy. I think it.
Yeah, when she first asked, I didn't think it was that bitchy.
I'm saying, what's your point for asking? I don't know. What's your purpose in that?
Just made it. Yeah.
And I think Trinity very quickly turned it around to, you got bigger things to worry about. I made one small mistake, but honey.
Yeah.
Really
Don't come to Trinity. Yeah,
Trinity is like everything she says. I'm like, I 100% agree with you.
Pretty much,
she's the kind of voice of reason.
She is. And she's quite bitchy about it, but I'm like, you're absolutely
in a reasonable way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with what Omar said. I think Omar's made a really good point. Pretty soon it's going to be Michelle Visage's Drag Race. We're literally isn't even giving critiques on the runway anymore.
That's a good point.
He's literally giving nothing. I agree. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
I haven't really clocked that properly.
Is that just an all-stars thing, though, do we think?
No, I don't think he does give a time like critiques anymore.
He hasn't done
during
critiques
seasons.
in a long time. He just listens to the judges and then
he's just like zoned out, isn't he?
Yeah,
dreaming of
he's
being back on the ranch.
Nice. Well, it's really funny because obviously we rewatched season 1 recently, right? And season 1, like tons and tons of critiques. But like in a really overly like, I'm not going to say anything negative to you. It's very much like that dress. Ooh, like it's like they're clearly they absolutely failed the challenge. They're covered in shit. Like they look like an absolute mess. And like, I like your nail polish. It is good.
It is
Next
I
queen.
think people just got sick of Ru always being nice.
That's
so
probably it.
Actually, I'll just let the judges be bitches and I'll make the decision.
Yeah,
maybe.
He's showing a bit of dementia. Fucking hell.
Dementia for season 11.
And like she's probably had enough, and they're probably phoning this in a lot of the time.
But she hasn't aged in 10 years. I just have to say.
No. Very true.
Great,
this is actually a time capsule episode. And we just like bashed them out in the 80s.
I showed you, mate.
It's all filmed in 1 year.
Hashtag All Stars 4.
Are we going to address her dress?
In a second. But first off, one more point. So what happened next was Valentina would send Trinity home. Doesn't I know?
Why would she say that?
I know.
Why would she say that?
Again, maybe
because
that's so bad.
Maybe it was a comedic thing. Like,
no, it wasn't.
I'll send you home.
No,
because she pushed it a few times. So Valentina pushed it.
She did.
Sorry, Trinity pushed it a few times.
Why did you do that? Now Trinity's clearly going to be like,
since she
fellow Dawson.
Valentina's all about the fan perception.
well, that's right? Because
Valentina's
Valentina's literally like, I'm not going to send Latrice home because I don't want them to look bad to them.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is funny though, because
Monique Carr didn't give a shit.
But this is an All-Stars where like a lot of that could happen. Like Valentina, Latrice, like Manila, those are and Trinity are kind of queens. Nobody could really like. Well, apart from obviously tonight with Latrice, but like are quite difficult to send home. Right. In the sense that like there'll be more of a backlash.
You all did that with Shangela in All Stars 3, right? It's kind of a backlash from that.
Yeah.
But I just think
but Shangela
wasn't I don't think Monique's going to get a backlash tonight.
Rob,
I
don't think so. I think it's certainly the episode was made to look obvious that it should be Latrice.
Yeah,
I think it was.
That's
the way
that's what I was going to say though. In terms of like, I think Monique was quite lucky because she could have got a lot of hate for sending Latrice home, but Latrice kind of made herself the worst this episode. So Monique's kind of got off like all right.
And
Actually.
the
The second you
Latrice's
start resting on
reaction.
your laurels, and I'm
Yes.
the most loved one here. This is my crown I came to get. No,
I've
I'm
got
not.
some
It was like,
I've got some
Alaska in
quotes.
All Stars 2. It was like,
Yes.
no.
You
Don't
have
get
to earn
arrogant.
this shit.
Yeah, I mean, like the quotes were, all I wanted. All I wanted was to get my crown.
Right.
That's
not
your
quite-
crown.
Your crown, sweetheart.
Alright.
Yeah, exactly. And working hard. Oh, sorry, I'm the most respected love queen in the game as well.
That's me.
Exactly. She's going for your gig.
How dare she?
Yeah. So I mean, that's
I
like.
love Latrice. She was my all-time favorite.
Do you? I don't know. She really put me off
This
on
is
this
soured
episode.
it a bit for me.
It really has for
And
me.
her reaction to being voted off was really
Right.
like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I tried to hug you. It's gonna.
Yeah.
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 That's the thing, 'cause,
me.
People.
You
It was
don't
very.
love
It was
me.
very that.
Mm.
This is because everyone like goes on about like. That's the thing, I think she like. I don't know how to phrase it. Like. Like on the surface, she has like a nice demeanor, but it was kind of like passive aggressive, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a nice.
Like
side
it was
to
like
see.
on the surface, it's like, oh, she's handled that very professionally. Like she's like hugging everyone, and like she's like said, oh, it's not the last you see of me or whatever. Thank you for having me. But it's all pretty passive aggressive. I think.
It was very abrupt.
I hope
Yeah.
it is the last because she's been on 3 series of Drag Race now. Like she can't be on
Yeah.
again.
I think her ego was very hurt.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Also, that's her wedding ruined. So runway,
Jesus.
I can't afford it now.
it is for her, though, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
She's happy.
Her husband
Like
is
guests
really
have to bring their own food
Exactly.
now. Look what you've done, Monique.
Exactly.
You've ruined.
Loads of
You've
work.
ruined a game
Do you think
wedding.
she had like a drag race themed wedding and just like Rue was like the officiant and all that?
No,
Just, like,
because he
all
wrote-
Like,
ruined.
actually, like
He
that.
wrote
That
a
work.
letter saying he would stand by her
Yeah.
with crown no crown.
Who said that?
Her husband.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
he
then, like,
does not mean that.
After she gets sent off, like the workroom opens and it goes straight into like a wedding venue, and she just goes straight in, and it's like Rue, you're like hello, 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 oh, sorry. And then like I don't know, a chorus of like pit crew members come in, and it's just this is how I'm seeing it.
Oh, that's
Anybody
interesting.
else?
I've got some tea. Saying apparently Valentine said on her Instagram live that it was a joke between her and Trinity, but they edited the joke bit out.
That's what I said.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. Good point.
Didn't seem like a
But
joke.
she didn't say
It didn't-
JK.
Yeah, but he
People
said
were like,
Trinity.
lol,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
exactly.
But also, like Valentina would say the thing with a serious face, and then it
He's
cuts
got
to
a chair.
Trinity making a shocked face. But that shocked face could have come 10 minutes later.
That's true.
Oh, that's very true.
No, but Trinity said on the interview.
She loves the storyline. Like, she's smart.
It's when
She's
it's
a
when
Best
playing
interviews
chess
are produced.
Trinity has to like get 10 minutes ready to like get her like shocked face.
game.
Like
She has to put it in place.
Exactly. Runway.
Rue.
Loved Rue's.
Yeah,
Rue's was really good.
It was really cool.
It was
This
good.
is like my favorite Rue looks easily.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
It was like a little like fairy flower princess thing, but
Yeah.
also like
Very
really
I loved like the
Marie
leggings.
Antoinette almost.
Like,
Yeah.
it was
Were they
like
boots.
Three
That's what it
Musketeers.
is, boots.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
yeah,
it
Like
was.
it's the sort of thing she would have been at like the Europe Music Awards in 1995 or something.
Yeah.
Really kind of 90s.
It was
It's really
Yeah, and everything is. It's
It was a little bit
all the
like-
fantasies.
in the most recent Pokemon game, Tsarina. The Pokemon? No, okay, great, just me. So
Nerd alert.
What? Excellent. No. Black,
yeah, no,
Sun and
the
Moon.
other
Sun and
one.
Moon.
Guys,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
Guys,
No.
no one cares.
Which one?
Poor Dan does have a
Sorry,
wheelchair. He's just
It was
lounging
like
around
Have
on
a
it.
chair.
it was one of the
It's a chair,
totem.
I'm sat on the
enemies.
corner.
Fine. There we go.
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say,
yeah, it was a
yeah,
little
don't worry,
bit.
they did
It was a
not
little
see
bit. I feel you. I feel you.
We just
Also,
like
a bit like
Guys,
Diana
no one
Butterfly
cares.
evolution as well. The authentic.
oh
evolution.
yeah.
Let's
Okay.
bring it back to RuPaul.
Sorry. Okay. So yeah. So then again, I said last week I don't know what Gia and Farah and whoever else was saying in interviews about Rue not bringing her A game in terms of looks because yeah, first few boring, but last two great,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Why did
Monique
you take
Hart.
I mean,
No, it adds to it. Oh, that's my head.
There we go.
Good.
Okay, so first proper one on the runway is Manila.
Yeah, it was
Let's go
okay.
for our thoughts one by one.
Oh,
It was okay.
no, it was great.
Okay, go on, Luke. You go next. You go next.
So, okay, so she always does the black and white hair thing. And then she did the pink padded thing. And sure, it's not padding like they were really getting at, but it was still
Yeah,
padded.
no, I get
and
that.
she still got the shapes. But she was so clever because there were black and white details all the way through. There was a black and white bow.
Yes,
There were
yeah,
black
yeah,
and
yeah.
white, like black stripes and then white buttons or things on it to kind of team the pink in. And so it totally made the pink and black and white all match together. And I thought it was great.
It's a bit like Lolita-y, wasn't it? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Very.
yeah, I liked it a lot.
It was very leathery.
But I think it,
But
Yeah.
then it made
very.
me think of like Trixie's look on All Stars 3, like her like Hello Kitty-ish look or whatever it was. Like I think there's been better like those style looks done by other queens. You know, like I liked
Possibly.
it, but then like I like Trixie's like Lolita-y, like pink Japanese look more.
Yeah, but I think Carson made a good comment too, in that she was a French poodle in the challenge, and then she was still kind of French.
But that wasn't her intent, though. She wouldn't have known what a challenge was.
Maybe not, but worked
It
well.
might
She
have
managed to work
Yeah.
French into her challenge well.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to be a dog. Oh,
Maybe.
let's make it a French dog.
I kind of agree with
Maybe.
Sudikin. I think it looked good, but I just think it wasn't the theme. Like, it was quilted. It wasn't padded. The idea was like, let's get different shapes, and I think she could have done something just a bit different.
She did big swollen sort of like hip line, and then the big cuffs as well. So there were different shapes, just not big hips like you were expecting.
I just wanted lots of,
I thought it was okay.
Okay, the next one I've got views on, but Naomi,
I love this.
Loved it.
Yeah,
Love this.
not my view.
Oh, very like steps. No, what's it called?
Stepford Wife.
Stepford Wife. Thank you.
Yeah. It's cool, but it's like not that original. I think the concept was bad. Like the whole like burnt pie thing, like just a bit weak. Like
Did burnt pie-
it wasn't enough for me. It wasn't
very
enough for me.
because the whole Stepford Wife thing is like the whole like
Perfect. I know, I get it.
And, like kind of she's fucked up the dinner, and like I just thought it
Maybe
was
she
really
wasn't selling
clever.
the character enough
He
for
hasn't
me.
seen the film.
But like I thought it was really clever that
I know
like
the concept.
a curves and
I
swerves.
don't.
She just like built curves and swerves into like another idea and another look. Like it wasn't as literal. Like
No, I get that.
because
That's
Monet's
not what
was
I'm mad
very
at.
literal.
Let's compare to Latrice.
That's not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair. Very fair.
Same ball
Very
gown she
fair.
always wears, just this time she's cinched.
Same
Exactly.
old
This was
shit.
a story.
Yeah.
Same old
Like-
shit, same old
But-
Like
parts.
okay, adore season 6. Like
But with Naomi, that's the thing. I get all of that. It's a concept with the burnt pie. I don't think was enough of like a gag.
but it was all over her dress as well.
I
and
think
everything.
it's done. I
It was
think it's
clever.
Just a bit of burnt here. and
Yeah.
maybe if like the pie had like flamed or something, she walked on the runway and then like she
How
like.
much do you expect?
I
from
expected
it?
more. It wasn't
Yeah,
enough.
come on.
It wasn't enough.
But it wasn't a flame
Kennedy-
challenge, it was a curve challenge.
Kennedy would have been happy with her like what was it?
Like oh,
Crystallized
yeah.
chicken thing. I wanted that level of like
the trade like,
concept.
after a long night of hooking, the trade wasn't happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember Kennedy Davenport was looking at her season, her original season.
Oh,
season
yes,
7.
yes.
That's what I mean. I had like a full concept behind it, you know. It
But
really
that-
spoke,
that
really spoke
concept
to
was
me.
Oh, I liked it.
No.
I really
They
love
said, like
this.
when she came out, everyone just knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect Housewives. fucked
Ah.
up.
It was just a
Yeah.
pie wasn't enough for me. Okay, fine. You know, controversial opinion.
So
Okay, Trinity.
Oh, I really liked it.
I really enjoyed it. I don't know
Really
if I don't know if I
good.
got the. I mean, it was curves, but I don't know. I loved it. I just don't know how much I thought it fit the challenge. But then I also loved the little details of it. a lot.
Yes, the details are great. The hair was great with it.
Yeah.
And yes, she was padded, and she's not normally padded, but I mean, Monique Hart. Sorry, I keep coming back to him.
Oh yeah. No,
How stunning.
I wasn't. It really was.
So Suitkin's brought up the cherry pie thing, which I can't believe I forgot. Which was like literally like Nicole Page Brooks lives on.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
She's still there.
Is that a Nicole Page Brooks reference?
Yeah, like,
My
you want
mama
some
cherry
cherry pie?
Yeah.
Cherry pie.
She's not quoted very
That's a
often,
really
so-
good Nicole Page Brooks impression.
That's your everyday impression.
That's me selling cherry pie every day.
Exactly.
That's what
Is
that's
that
your day
corner
job
right there?
on the Sunset Boulevard, right? That's what you do.
Yeah.
Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Exactly.
It's very hard to do when I got cystitis, but hey, I still try.
Power through.
Adds flavour.
Oh,
Shouldn't have said that.
Let's stand by it.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of Trinity's look, but it's just like personal tasting. Like
No
I
one's
get.
a fan of you.
I know. Sorry, Shannon, was it? You don't see my tens of viewers.
Oh, sorry, I love Suitkin's description. Her 90s ribbon screensaver show outfit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Genius.
Now I love it. If that was
Yeah.
a reference, fully for that.
That's what she was going for.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I recognise it was a good look, but I just don't really like it for me.
And the
I
hair
wouldn't
curls.
do
You don't see it for you.
I don't see it for me. Too busy.
You should have
Although,
been
did
Black
anyone
China.
I
recognise
should
her
have Black
movements on the
China.
runway from her club kid look from season 9?
What was that, sorry?
There's a kind of robotic movement.
Yeah.
She brought them
Yeah.
back.
She brought them back.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be another controversial one. Valentina. Do you want to go first, Lee?
I liked.
Why? Because of the
You said something earlier about it. No, you said something earlier about it. So,
just that the same judge that harshly critiqued.
and you
Monet's
didn't agree with that,
performance.
did you?
Well, no, I didn't agree with that.
Go on.
And I also don't agree with her harsh critique of Valentina's look. I thought it was really clever. I thought
Mm.
she had the whole like tape to pull her face back and the wig cap but no wig. And yeah, I liked it. I mean,
But
it wasn't my
looked
favorite.
fashionable.
It was
Yeah.
fashionable. It wasn't my favorite look, but it was a really interesting take on padding.
Yeah, I
And
Like,
it's a
I'm going
weird
to
thing
show
that-
you all my pads.
And the fact that that judge critiqued that, but didn't say anything about Latrice apart from really pretty.
Maybe I did, but didn't
They
show
all said nice
Oh,
things
that's
about Latrice, and I'm like,
Mm.
I've
why?
seen it all before. Michelle
Yeah.
Visage, I expect more from you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
agree
like, Valentina
completely.
wants to come out with a completely original idea, then like don't Slater for it.
Yeah.
I agree. It didn't look nice, and it was a bit ugly. But I guess that was the point.
That was annoying. I thought it was a clever idea.
Okay.
Well, I hate it.
But I think for me it was like I thought Naomi had a weak concept but a great execution. I thought Valentina had a great concept but a weak execution.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Be like that.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I know, but I just don't think it was enough.
But for example, like to compare deconstructed looks, who was it that had? Oh, it was Shea Coulee who had the deconstructed construction worker.
Yes, exactly.
No, but that's completely different, guys. It's supposed to be like it's in a doll, like.
Who did one similarly? Was it season 7? It was like a Max.
Like it's supposed to be like a mannequin.
No, it was Miss Fame.
Like, something pink.
Miss Fame, I think, did one like that. Like a doll, like a deconstructed doll. Like it's been done before. I think was it Miss Fame?
With the
No,
I think so.
It was also Naomi's scarecrow.
That was
great. Exactly. That's something I think you could have done better.
This is different.
I know it's about the fashion and about like the.
You've been wearing the same jumper for like 3 strings.
I think.
Are you gonna?
This is the same one. Are you
gonna do this?
Oh my god! Keep taking it there. Go on. You've obviously got something to say.
As Omar said, Valentina's drama was epic. Clearly, people without fashion ignorance won't get it.
That's me. But this is the point, though, right? Like that's the thing. I think that's what makes my shoot different. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It is a take on
deconstructed
pattern mannequins, but I agree that perhaps the deconstruction could have been like it was still like a dress.
I'd chop your head.
There could have been bits cut out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like revealing even skin underneath, or like
exactly.
hairy man skin.
I needed an extra level.
Yeah,
but again, there were way worse looks, and I don't get why they particularly picked on Valentina.
No,
out of that spectrum of.
I'm glad that she tries something different as well. Like, because I'm not like the biggest fan of Valentina. I think she looks generally like very, very pretty, but I get bored with pretty quite quickly.
Yeah.
And so I was really excited to just see her do something different.
Yeah,
I think like,
and she always does.
But it still was pretty. Her makeup
different.
Yeah.
The makeup was fantastic, by the way. Yeah, good makeup.
Yeah.
You're that good, love?
No, Omar said he tagged me on Instagram. I don't see a tag. Omar, I don't see it.
Can we just rewind to Manila for just a second?
There
was a great reference in her challenge where she said that she wants $11 back because she was made to buy the leash, which wasn't even her color, and it was pink. And then she comes back with a pink look.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Link.
She is a conceptual king.
She is.
Oh, sorry. I'm being read to filth now. Thanks. Being read to filth now.
I'm sorry.
I love this jumper.
It's what you deserve.
Makes me look very approachable.
Hey, your hat is new, Grant.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Sorry, I shouldn't lean that far.
Don't move it.
Okay, so now on to crowd fave, Monique.
Yes.
That was really fun.
I mean, come on.
It was.
Because I was getting a little bit tired of her just doing so much proportionizing. I was getting a little bit tired at one point of her just always doing like cow print. And then I was like, actually, but that's the way to do it. Like, this is really fucking funny.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, just go completely off the wall. Like,
and gorgeously executed.
Really well executed.
You almost didn't notice it was cow print either because it was just so extreme.
Over the top, yeah.
It became so narrow at the knees.
I loved her hair as well, her face. Yeah. I think it was the best she's ever looked.
And that could easily looked ugly and shit, and it could have looked like I can see you've just gone extreme, but it looked shitty.
Yeah.
It looked great. It looked high fashion.
High fashion,
but completely took the thread, the theme, and ran with it.
That's her forte, right? Combining like comedy, like in fashion, high fashion, and like the creativity and everything. Like it's just like her best parts, like executed very well.
She's doing well as well this season.
Yeah,
because I was worried she would kind of crash in the early weeks.
I'm really,
I've always really loved Monique's interviews. I think they're always the best. Like last week, it was you should just cut to a commercial right now, right at that moment.
She was directing because you remember in her season when she was always like directing the challenge. We're like cut.
Yes,
like, I love that she's still doing that, and like
she's great. She's so likable.
But she's actually, I think she's doing better in the challenges, and I think she's looking better on the runway as well.
Yeah.
And she comes across very genuine. Like we'll get to in the elimination. But
she's not two-faced.
She's won me over. I wasn't a big fan of her in her season.
And when she stood up for Farrah as well, I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah.
And the moment in just to take it back to her season for a second, the moment in the reunion show where she was talking to Cameron Michaels and that bitch, who's that bitch? We don't know.
Yes, that was so good. That was so good.
Dropped up out of my chair at that moment.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, point. I have to go back to the challenge. Who was the person transcribed? Was that Stacey then, Matthew?
Yeah.
It was, right.
Yeah, it's back again.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to know this.
Anything else? Anything else to add about Latrice?
It was just, it was just meh.
We've seen everything before.
Season 3 or like season 2 or season 3, that would have been like a wow, and then that would have been like it.
I just can't believe the judges didn't say like, "This is what you think is All Stars."
Like, but then, I mean, because it happened kind of in All Stars 2 when Alaska was in that was painted blue, and nobody brought up the fact that her paint was really patchy.
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, why are we not talking about this?
Yeah,
like, and it's kind of the same with this. You're like, come on, can we stop just praising Latrice and be like, wow, you singed.
You were
exactly.
I think we should all with big hair again.
Yeah, we should all message on Twitter to thank her for cinching. It's obviously a great length she went to for us. So I really appreciate it.
She did what everyone else always does.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean,
has Latrice ever had an amazing runway?
No, this is what I mean. This is what I was saying.
She's had some. Like in her season, she did like all of the rhinestones on one side of her face, and which at the time was quite new.
Yeah.
Maybe
was that the boat?
The boat. Now we expect more.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're like season.
Which Manila referenced a couple of weeks ago, and she said that kind of lit a fire under her. And look at her go now.
Yeah. Which is like season 3 would have been so different to now.
Yeah.
It needs to be big and dramatic. It can't just be
have layers. It can't just be a nice wig.
Yeah. Did she even pad?
Who, sorry?
It looked like she really padded.
Who? Latrice. I don't think she did. No.
I wonder though whether
I don't mean that horribly. Like she's big anyway.
Yeah.
No, she didn't pad. I don't think so.
It's I think it's part of the whole RuPaul's Drag Race franchise as well. They've brought their best queens back to All Stars. They can't really rip the shreds off them.
Yeah.
Because then it raises the question: well, are your best queens actually that good? So I feel like the critiques in All Stars are a bit more positive and supportive, and wow, you've come along so far.
And they've given her no critique on any of her looks.
Okay,
They've given her nothing though, like no critique on any of her looks in any of the episodes.
You were there.
Yeah,
safe.
Well, she's mostly been safe, right? She's been safe every week, apart from this week. She's never been harsh.
Last week they did criticize her for her performance,
but not for her looks though. So not for runway looks. Yeah, but
they were like, it was mostly focused on Gia though, still, wasn't it? It was like you were put off, by Gia, who is the villain of the season, and like
that's a failing on Latrice's part.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it back.
Yeah,
it is.
You're the seasoned queen that's been around for the year, 25 years in the business. Like,
and Ross Matthews even said in that episode that he'd never seen her off put by anyone before.
Yeah,
and then, there she was.
Ross Matthews wasn't in this episode, right?
No, they tend to
cycle between them.
Yeah.
Monet.
I liked it.
It was alright.
Yeah.
It was kind of.
It would have been better. I've seen a picture of her on her Instagram where she's posing like this with the bottle, and then it's got actually like a streamer going from the bottle into the glass.
That's better.
That complete the look.
Well, what I don't get is why she she hit it right initially when she walked down a runway, but she should have done the pose at the end of the runway and then done like the champagne pop at that point and angled it right. But she didn't. She did it when she walked off instead.
Right. I thought it was plain. I thought her hair was really dull wig. There just wasn't a lot to it.
It's kind of a bit literal as well.
You knew. Well, that's the thing. You knew exactly what she was referencing because it was very literal. Yeah.
I really like. I don't know.
I mean, I enjoyed it still.
I think it's her makeup. I think her makeup's so much better than it was for the last few episodes. It's just, I don't know. I'm just really impressed with that. Really, it's more of like a comparison thing, like compared to how she used to be. I think she's really stepped it up. I liked it. I think it was funny. Again, like it's similar to Monique, obviously not to that extent, but like Monet is known for comedy on occasion, and this was like a combination of like a comedic look, but she still looked beautiful. And so I'm like, I commend her for that.
Like a lot of, like Monet, like she's never quite funny enough, and she's never quite polished enough. So it's like, well, what are you going for? Because you don't ever get anything right. Like you just never quite.
Monique is elevating herself, but Monet is just not quite hitting the mark.
Yeah,
like, she's still doing well.
But she did that in Series 10 as well. Like she didn't ever quite hit the mark.
But she survived another week, which means we get another fashion photo review with like Mona. Like, we get one more. We get one more.
Which deserves snaps in itself.
Yeah.
This is an Ivy winter.
Exactly. And actually, to compare Monet's performance on the runway, like compare it to Trinity, who's moving and doing all stuff and showing you what her costume can do and showing you all the stuff.
Yeah.
Like Monet kind of bends over a bit once and then just walks.
And that little glass is kind of like not really fixed properly.
That glass looks.
That was that not a point?
Is she really going to jump from that? You know,
like Grant's cow.
This is professional craftsmanship.
That's actually not a read of Grant.
It's a lovely gift.
Thank you for watching.
It
was. Thank you very much.
They're available now. 1999.
Long may it last till at least the end of the broadcast.
Exactly. This is done really well. Come on. Okay, so that's the runway done, everyone. Good job. So I got quite a few notes afterwards. Well, but good job.
Yeah.
Nice time back. We did really well.
Not validated now.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry I came for your jumper. It's a really nice jumper, guys.
Makes me look approachable, right?
It does.
It is a nice jump.
It's a lovely
Thank
chunky
you, Luke.
I just knew we'd seeing something different
It
next.
seems to be,
Makes your point very clear.
it seems to be the
I'm
only
You'll see me
waiting.
next week because I won't be invited.
Exactly.
he's waiting and he's getting
Bring a jumper.
impatient.
Yeah.
Bring a jumper. The spare one for you, man.
Exactly. It's what I'm saying.
It's like Dusty Low Bottoms and their stars. Like, yeah, they're lovely. Maybe not next week.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Fashion photo review.
Exactly.
Oh my god, next week can we do that?
Give myself a shoot. Yeah, let's
See
do
what
it.
boot drafts look.
Okay, fine. Good to you as well then. Okay, so I got some of those for afterwards. I liked when they're getting critiqued. I wrote down Manila's like really fun with the comments. Like it's hard to explain unless you like watch a clip of it, I guess. But she's just like got a really good like attitude, and she's like, you know, she's like fun and like good to watch.
You can see she hears them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Manila's no different to Latrice, but Latrice has so much an attitude of not winning. But like Manila hasn't won anything either. But Manila's not like, I deserve this. I've got something to prove. She's more just like, hey, I'm back and I want to be
She's the
brilliant.
opposite. She's like, everyone's like so amazing. Like, I don't know how I'm going to struggle to survive. Really got to step it up.
Whereas
I
Latrice
really
is
like-
like,
yeah.
well, I'm better than all of
It's
you.
my
because-
crown.
You're like, why is it your crown? You did no better than Manila. In fact, Manila did better.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
But I still think she shouldn't have been on the top two. Naomi should. Just saying.
I want a top three. They could have all just lip synced. I'd have been happy with like 3 Tina Turners. It's kind of a gay dream, really,
That'll
isn't
be
it?
good. So yeah.
Omar and Sudikan are saying that Monet in drag looks like Bob out of drag.
I'm guessing they're talking about Bob the Drag Queen.
Oh, I thought it was you for a second. I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
Cold.
I mean, I don't know how much highlighter Monet would have to wear to like get this skin color, but like,
That's
yeah.
cold.
Sudikan says Manila needs to stop this OG thing. What's the OG?
Oh, she's
Yeah,
like
I'm an
Yeah.
old bitch.
like that.
Oh,
Like she goes on about being like 10 years older than everyone else. But
Is she only in
She
her
is.
first?
All right, Charlie. Yeah, it's like,
even Naomi
Yeah.
was excited that she got to work with Manila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably 15.
She
Yeah.
keeps
The critique
remembering
was
her
that
age,
Manila
doesn't she?
outshone her hoops.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so next one done. Okay, so let's talk about it. That's something you guys want to talk about. Manila breaking down about Latrice for some reason.
I think that was legitimate.
I think it's
I
legitimate.
think it was.
I don't understand why she was so upset. Like,
I think because Manila feels like she's one of the old queens and Latrice is the only other old queen.
Yeah, the only one who kind
Everyone
of
else
gets
is
her
like
as
from the
well.
last couple of seasons.
I
right?
didn't really get it, and I didn't really buy it. Like
No,
they weren't
actually,
on the
working
same
together.
season together. Like
No,
it
I
just
get
felt-
that.
Team Latrilla though several years ago.
Yeah.
I get the closeness, but it's more like she wasn't. There's a chance high chance. It looked like she wasn't going to go at that point. It looked like everyone was saying no one's going to vote Latrice off. Manila was in lip sync. She could have won it. And the other one, who was the other one? Who she lip sync against? My brain's gone blank. Monique Hart.
Yeah.
Again, it looked unlikely that Monique was going to send Latrice home. Like it just, I don't know. It wasn't like a sure thing at all. But yet she was like devastated immediately.
I think it was produced for us to see it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then that would mean it would be fake. I don't think it was fake.
I think because I think Latrice
thought
is also
so.
her only
I
ally.
I thought it was really fun.
In there,
I
because
thought
like,
it was very fake. I'm not saying she doesn't
Really?
care about Latrice at all. I'm sure they're good friends. I'm sure that she would have said
Yeah.
Latrice.
I've heard kids cry like that, where they're like,
Yeah,
"Ugh,"
like
and then
really
be like, you give them an ice
forcing out
cream.
the
they're like,
tears.
"Oh,
There were
there
tears.
tears."
Yeah, there
So
were.
she forced
I
them
saw
out.
no tears. I saw
No,
like
because she
a
started
bit of
crying
moisture
immediately.
running out.
Absolutely. I will send you a screenshot.
Which is
I
easy
promise.
to put
I
on.
saw
Do you
as
think
well.
there are real tears or not? Tell us. What do you
Yeah,
think?
let us know. But it's the thing. But I'm like, I get your guys' point. If it was like something that she should have been upset about, I'm like, if it's something she should have been upset about, like, and she had to force tears, like, I would get that. But it seemed ridiculous to me
It
in the
was
first place.
massive
So like,
overreaction, like,
why
she's not even
why
gone
would you
there.
force like why did you force tears for that sort of
She's
thing?
forcing
Like,
moments.
I don't think she was. I think it was genuine.
Because she
I
should
think
have been
was-
like, great, I've got 50% chance of winning this, and there's absolutely no way of
Look.
sending you home the tree. So
Yeah,
let's
that's
go
what I
and
thought
get
as
it.
well.
But yeah, I think I do wonder if it's because like Manila's come to this competition in a very different way. Like she's almost got a different kind of thing to prove than the other queens, right?
Right.
And so I think she's come in like Latrice being there is kind of like such an ally, such a rock for that process. And then just suddenly being like, shit, it's me versus like Trinity, Valentina, Monique, everybody else, with nobody like definitely behind me, like and on my side.
Is there anyone else from before season 8?
No, I think that's
I was just thinking Masters was season 7,
Gia 6, and then
so it's like season 3 through to season 8. It's a 5-year gap.
Yeah. I have a theory about Manila.
What's your theory?
Like she's working very hard. She deserves to be there, but she's also playing the producer's game. Last week, she was never going to send Valentina home. She was building a storyline.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
And this week, she was again sort of like trying to be on camera as much as possible because she knows that's a currency there.
Yeah.
I don't think those. I think deep down she was upset. She would have saved Latrice. Latrice is her friend, but those tears I'm never gonna buy. I know they fell down, but I think they were like forced.
I don't think so. But I don't think.
I'm 37. I agree. I don't think she's old, but she's old.
No, Latrice was absolutely sobbing.
Yeah, I don't think you're 37.
It's true. I'll cry fake tears if you want me to.
Latrice was. I'm more convinced Latrice was crying. That was full on wet face with tears. There was nothing on.
I don't think it's a conspiracy.
I promise you.
I agree. But I don't think your theory is right because
I don't think Luke is 37.
I know that's the real guy. That's the real guy. I agree.
And now, how young do I look?
How do you do this? You need to talk. Shut the screen. Sorry.
No, forget it, guys. Forget it.
Watch that back.
What did you say?
I was like, how young do I look? You know?
Oh my god.
You don't even know how old I am.
Some questions are better just not answered.
I guess that's it.
I have no idea.
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
I can't believe you said that.
Look, I'm crying.
That's your real.
Are you going to tell us your age?
I'm 36.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
You look a lot younger.
That's what I was looking for.
You do.
That's what I wanted. Thank you.
Yeah, hashtag young crew.
37 in a month.
What's I said? So,
yeah. Right.
You guys are sleeping for real than I need to do something.
Black don't crack.
You do always say that.
Croydon don't. No, there's not a Croydon.
I think the reason she had that drama last week is because she just wanted Valentina to save it. That was the whole point of it. She was like, "Yeah, like you did. I did for you, you did for me, or whatever it was." That's what it was about.
Nah, I don't.
Also, if it's very sort of cunning and planned, and she knows it's going to get her airtime, that's how you win the game.
Mm-hmm. She did it best.
You make the producers want you to win, and they're going to help you
win.
win.
Very like Nina finger.
It worked for Gia.
I feel like Manila was like the main character of the series.
Yeah.
So far.
Manila and Trinity are like the two.
She's also had a nice little arc where she kind of was critiqued early on, and she realized, I need to do better, and then all of a sudden she's done better. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a planned. I need a story. This is how my season's going to go.
Oh, I think Manila's probably going to win it.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'm cheering for either Trinity or Monique.
When you think of Drag Race Hall of Fame, you want someone of a name like Manila to be there.
I understand.
I love Monique, but she's not. She can't be on stage. No, just can't be.
I think Trinity.
I think Raven's going to win.
Oh my god!
I hope she does.
I would actually enjoy that.
Oh my god, Raven.
She just steps. She steps back from.
She's
doing the makeup, right? So she just steps out from beyond, like behind the scenes. It's like, I win. Oh,
I did all of this.
But she did take the Emmy home.
My God, he's just got to change his jumper.
Thank God.
What? What's that for?
I wanted to comment it. I felt left out. I had another point to make as well. Oh yeah. So then Latrice.
On camera, right?
I felt left out of the chat. Latrice. Another thing Latrice says is like she's given up so much to be here.
Why?
I'm like, what? Like being in prison?
Oh, what a bitch. She was literally like,
what was she giving up? What was she giving up?
A couple of weeks ago, she was like, I'm so happy on the outside. I've got a lovely husband. Everything's wonderful.
Exactly.
Like, what did you give up?
Exactly.
Well,
you
gave
do
up
drag.
work, but like, she's
her
going to
job
go
is
back and
drag.
do more. Right.
Exactly.
She'll get more work out of this. Like,
yeah.
she didn't really elaborate on what
Being
she
in
sacrificed.
prison.
I'm sorry, Mother
Wild.
Teresa.
And doesn't the show take about 2 weeks to film? Like they cram
Yeah.
it all in like a tiny.
She
amount.
missed like 2 gigs, like maybe 3 dates on the work.
That'd be the
Yeah.
worst suit weekend.
And like, oh, I can't see my husband for a bit. Like,
She did a Laganja. Like,
Yeah.
No, that'd be the
Oh my
worst.
God.
No, he's made his choice.
I've given up everything.
Who's Pierre?
Nina
Yeah.
Bonina.
Ah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who?
Nina Bonina.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Nina Bonina to come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
What,
We need
why is
her.
Pierre Nina Bonina Brown?
That's a boy name.
Sexual name.
Oh.
You don't remember?
Oh.
Okay, so next thing that annoyed me was Valentina, like again, like making it about her.
That's ridiculous.
Monique's clapback was the best thing.
Yeah.
I love you, girl.
That was
but-
good.
I love you, girl, but you're safe. And then just walks up.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. It's just so
This is how Monique is winning my heart back, like over. Like she's
Right.
just like consistently just being like, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love her.
Tell it like it is.
Like, it really
America.
didn't think you were gonna win with that. Like, it was nice, it was fun and all, but come on.
If Rue has dementia, then Valentina's a bit on the spectrum. I'm not gonna
Just
lie.
delusional.
She's just a little bit out there. She said it herself. She gets very overwhelmed.
I think that
Yeah.
people who are like, I don't know, I've known people who work in showbiz and it's all about their personality and it does kind of become like they can, oh gosh, how do I say this politely? They can be very self-centered and very sort of block everything else out and you almost have to actually, I think, to achieve at that level.
Yeah.
It has to be all about you and it has to be all about what you want to do and you have to block everything else out.
It is.
But having said that, no one else made
was
that
still
comment apart from
ridiculous.
Valentina. So yeah, it was
Exactly,
ridiculous.
yeah,
It was so
And
like, they
Monique,
were all
like,
literally
But
completely-
also,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, exactly.
They were like, "Ah."
literally, Manila and Latrice were like, yeah, broken down. Like, she's got eyes.
She's like, no, I'm offended.
Exactly.
Because I thought she was going to go on to like
It's a lot of
something
balls.
really like, I am really
Yeah,
offended
same,
that we're talking
same.
about this and not something else. Or
Yeah.
like,
Right.
What
That's
about
really
what
serious.
about the children in Africa? You
I
know,
thought it
what's
was
it
cheated
that?
actually because they used that. In
Yeah.
amen. Just like they should have had another version of kind of get an amen for this. Just so Valentina could lose all hope today.
Maybe she was trying for something funny. And
Oh, 100% see what again.
But they used this in the preview.
Oh,
for
Dan,
last
that's what we
week's
played.
episode, which
That's
was
what we
really
played.
annoying.
We happy few.
He's saying, Val, have you ever played We Happy Few? That's Valentina. Like, you know the game where you take the happy pills?
What?
We Happy Few? Remember we played it?
Oh, I've heard of
We
this
take-
game.
Remember, like, it's like a dystopian future, like,
Yeah,
like past, like the wartime. We played it, Dan, like about a few months ago. 100%. You take pills.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
It's
god.
brilliant.
I forgot about that game.
I don't know.
Oh, because I have my pocket, I was going to forget it and wash it.
Oh, I thought this said that your date of birth was 2013.
It is.
That's when you got
Oh,
the
you did
license.
very well.
Little fetus.
Oh, it's you. That's yours.
Oh, bless.
Oh no, Grant is 6.
Thanks. Yeah. So
Literally.
I'm doing really great in
What was
life.
that? Yeah.
It's my 6-year-old noise.
The Grant 6-year-old.
Thank you.
These 6-year-olds are so grown up.
But
Anyway,
Um,
I felt a bit cheated by that thing with Valentina because they used that in the preview of last week's episode.
Ah.
And it was like, I'm offended. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
a big drama, and it literally was 5 seconds of screen time. And then
Hashtag
didn't go
correction.
anywhere.
Monique just showed
They just
it.
cut it, they shut it down. I thought it was going to be a big drama.
Yeah.
So
My last pre-lip sync note is like when Queen's so Monet was using the excuse that I'm working really hard. The reason to say is that she's working really hard. Like when anyone goes to that, like that's just like
Yeah, I've been pretty lazy
So
actually. Just
yeah, exactly.
just
Yeah.
sort of blow off a couple of challenges, take it easy,
That's,
get paid.
that's not a good reason to stay, is that I've been working hard. Everyone's
Yeah.
been working hard.
But what
Like,
else
Yeah.
can you say?
that's what I mean. But you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, like I'm the best for these reasons. Like I performed really well in the challenges. Like I've got this stuff planned or whatever. She's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like it's just not a good
I've
reason
worked
to use
really
it.
hard. I really
I've
want
kidnapped
Exactly.
your cat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll let you borrow this top. Like,
It was just a bit lost in the
Yeah,
translation.
fair
Like maybe she was just meaning by I'm working really hard that like I've come so far.
Yeah.
I'm so much
I
better.
get it, but it just seems like when you say like don't say that, like it just means like you're gonna go
Yeah.
home.
I don't think she wanted to go on a path where she'd have to say like I did better than Latrice.
Yeah.
She sort of did though. It's
Although
somewhere
she
else.
should have said that.
Yeah,
she did.
Yeah.
Because she did, but I don't think she wanted to say
But
it.
that,
or...
Yeah.
that is the thing, isn't it? Like if a queen who was in season 9 and is now in All Stars like a year and a half, 2 years later, is performing slightly better than Latrice in a challenge, you're kind of like, I mean,
Yes.
that's kind of the only way to say it, really. Like I've been working hard. I have to really like bust my ass to try and like get through this competition kind of thing.
I think what she said to Manila was really good. When she first sat down with her, I can't remember what it was, but it was really good. So actually really
Thanks
good.
very much.
Monet or
Monet.
Monet said to Manila when she sat down with her.
Because
you're in the toilet, you're coming back from the toilet, and I was like, I've got to her box because it's really good what she said. I forgot.
Okay. But at least it wasn't like the kind of BB thing where she just shut her down. I was like, I've made my decision. Like, that was your thing. Like, you know, it was.
Not Sudican, I see you. It was definitely a driver's license I was reaching for.
Any excuse?
Like Valentina, her criticism was legit. We were talking about earlier that judge was being like needlessly bitchy about her outfit, but actually it was fine. And then we don't know. Like the editing can just show that she just decides to interject with, "I'm offended."
Yeah.
Like,
but what frustrates me about this whole thing,
if that was true or not, that could easily just be cut in at that moment to make the show look. Like if they had been chatting and Valentina just said, "Hey,
silence." I've got a very good point to make. Actually, make your point first.
Michelle has been silenced here.
Go on, make your point.
I was just going to say, I was kind of hoping it would go full on like Gia Farah situation, where it's like Gia's completely like unhinged, kind of. I'm going to interrupt your crying and pleading.
She set a precedent.
I was really hoping it'd be like that, but yeah.
Yeah, but what annoys me in terms of my point was like, what annoys me like in terms of someone said a better point is that like in relation to like Valentina having to go at the judge for like disliking her look. This is like what annoys about the community generally is like it's all like subjective, right? Like we all have our opinions. Like different things appeal to different people, right? Like Valentina's look appealed to some of us and the other ones of us. Like it's just our opinion. Like don't get offended by it.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
And also, again, on the editing thing, like that judge could have said horrible things about all of them, but if they just decide to put in her comment on that, we'll never know. So we're like, bitch, why did she say it about her but not Latrice? Well, then maybe she did, but we just didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And it may well just be that, like, Valentina gave like some sort of bizarre look to the camera, so like, oh great, we can snap that in. Even if it's something else, you know, or we can mash this together and it'll be something.
In later seasons, I get that more. There is a lot of engineering of things because they can make Valentina look fucking awful, and she might not be. I don't know. I just
look at what they did with Naomi, where they're like, "Oh, it didn't really land." You're like, where did you get this?
What? Like, where's that narrative?
Like,
it did.
Yeah. Also, that's interesting because I guess in the confessionals, a lot of them saying, "Oh, like Naomi, what are you doing?" But I guess they must have told them like, "Oh, Naomi wasn't doing well." Exactly. It was like she was doing great. And you can see as well, like the people, what are they called?
The crowd, audience.
You know what they're called in court, though? Jury?
No, they weren't the jury. They were
public. Okay,
public.
But like they were like banging to Naomi's performance as well. Like they were like laughing loads of it. I was like noting that. Mentally.
Again, that could just be cut that way.
Yeah.
They may have actually not laughed at all, but they figured,
maybe.
If a joke's funny, I'll know it's funny because the show tells me it's funny. If they put the rattling noise on it, it's like, oh no, we're not supposed to find that funny.
Right.
Even though I thought it was actually alright.
There's been a lot more sound effects this season.
Yeah, I don't want sound effects.
Like anytime someone does it, like boing.
That's my sound.
There was one tonight, and I was like, what? That wasn't a fact.
We know that Ron has had an erection.
Exactly.
Exactly this whole time. This is why it's notepad right there. Like
it's too big. The notepad, I'm saying. Oh wait,
there's a cushion here if you need.
Wait, what's the point? That's my point.
Hiding your erection.
You got a donkey erection.
That's a secret.
Yeah, secret.
Mine happens to just be a little bit.
But no, that's the point though. Because Naomi, like, it showed like the public laughing loads at Naomi's bit, but yet, like, what we're being told in confessionals and by the judges, it wasn't that funny. That was what was confusing.
That was confusing.
It was better than Manila.
Yeah, I agree.
They just seem to think that.
I agree.
They were going to sell us something else.
Yeah.
So
either way, I think. Sorry. And then you get.
I was just going to say the comments are that Naomi throws great shade. Yes. I feel like her lips throw greater shade. What happened there?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. She was gorgeous just as she was, and now she's a little bit like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a lot.
She's stunning.
She's still,
I mean, yes,
not the best choice.
But when she overpaints her lips as a queen, it just looks like.
I agree.
I don't know, it's like an alien monster coming together.
I agree.
Yeah.
Onto lip sync.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought Monique was mile ahead personally.
Yeah.
It was very uneventful as a lip sync. I thought it was very kind of just lip sync, sort of thing you get in like a standard gay bar.
I know. I thought Monique was really good. I thought she sold it really well.
But yeah, I think it was one of those things. As soon as Manila to camera was just like, oh, I've got to win to save Latrice. You're like, well, she's not winning this then, is she? Because like you literally just told us who you're gonna like vote for, like, which lipstick you have.
Yeah.
So like it has to be the other person
because that
just for
TV. Because we weren't sure with Monique.
Either that or she would have changed her mind.
Yeah. And I was convinced Monique was going to go Monet because it would have been more controversial because they were season mates. And so I'm glad she didn't.
I think for that though, I agree that Monique should have won the lip sync, but I think that Manila gave a good lip sync. Like her face is very expressive and she sells different things. I know she sells different things.
Yeah, Manila was too invested.
It's a very polished sort of performance, but I think Monique just gave much more energy. So like her movements were much bigger. Yeah. There was the whole headbanging thing.
Yeah, like the feet stuff, the mannerism was very Tina Turner. I was quite impressed. I didn't think.
I was kind of hoping Manila would reprise her. You know, when she was like, when Shangela did Tina Turner for Snatch Game and Manila imitated her, being like, what's love got to do with it? Hallelujah. I was kind of hoping she'd just like bust that out. And I was like, oh.
But yeah, that's what I said earlier. I do think like some challenges and some lip syncs are like geared towards one queen over the other. Maybe not purposely, but you know,
I think it looks a bit like Tina Turner, so like that helps.
But also, it's not like Manila doesn't do like she did great with the style of the last song, which is like very different to the style of this song. You know, like if it'd been the other round, if it'd been those two lip syncing for last song, I think Manila would have won.
Yeah.
You know,
at least it wasn't All Stars 3 like, oh look, BB is lip syncing Diana Ross. Like,
yes, yeah. That was so we've already talked about Latrice's attitude when she got booted off, right?
Oh,
I wrote down.
She was salty.
Bitter. Yeah.
But fair enough. She was being voted off. I'm going to probably be pissed off if I was her. But...
Well, that's the thing. I wrote down a bonus point. I don't think it's right. But do you think there's any chance they change the formula back to the original format because Latrice got booted off and that's not what they wanted from a production standpoint?
No, surely not.
I think they were always planning on having some twist because All Stars 2 and 3 have been and 4 have been so close to each other that I guess the legacy. The lip sync legacy thing needs to be switched up a bit.
What was the big twist in season 3? Was it just that I hated the twist of, oh, you will come back and you decide?
Well, the twist was that BB was there and didn't go home.
Like, yes, she wasn't the mole. That was
the twist. Is that all the evicted queens came back at the end and with the judging panel, and then voted the wrong person to win.
It was terrible. Yeah. Like, why have you done that? Like, oh, look, you voted Shangela off.
I think it would be quite a nice little twist, perhaps for All Star season 5, Ru, if you're watching. That the kicked off queen comes back on the judging panel the next week and offers their critiques and doesn't send them home, but just offers their critiques.
I like
the next week Latrice would be back and offering her critiques of whoever's, whatever.
That'd be like the dynamics of that'd be interesting.
I know, how fun would that be? And also they'd have like some sort of insider. You've been coasting for weeks, girl.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
For friends, like where they liked each other,
like Trinity and Valentina.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Suikin, they showed in a preview that that they've suspended the All Stars rules.
Yes, but maybe just for that one. Or is it?
No, for rest. It said for the rest of the competition.
No, it
in the preview, didn't it? I thought it did.
It just said for no. I don't think it mentioned how long.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to say about this episode, or should we move on to CNTs? She explained to Luke. Basically,
whip out a CNT.
Yeah, it's like an initiation ceremony. So basically, I think it's from a podcast, a really good podcast called The Shade of It All. Basically, they award charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent every week to one of the queens, like individually. So again, people do the chat and comments and stuff as well, so it makes people feel like they're involved.
Okay,
so yeah,
exactly. It could be a queen, it could be anything on the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you want to give charisma to like RuPaul's left tit, that can be done.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very charismatic tit.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought so. I did think so. Is that what we can give you charisma to?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Can I go first?
Go on.
To Monique. They all fit this week.
No, you have to. There has to be someone different, Dan.
I don't want to.
It has to, Dan.
No, there's not enough time.
I'm giving
I'm
giving my charisma to Monique just for like everything that she was and continues to be.
Yeah.
Queen of my heart.
Who's the most unique?
I'm giving my charisma to Naomi for the challenge. I think she's really well.
Yeah.
But that's not.
So I want to give my uniqueness to Monique.
Charismatic. Oh,
yeah.
She didn't hold me as much as.
I think she did.
I'm gonna give my charisma to Michelle Visage for her performance.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, actually, that's good.
She was
that's a good one.
I charisma to Monique as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair. Suki's giving it to Manila for her heartwarming, dramatic crusade to save the streets from the shop. Actually, great. Damn it, Suki's got the best one.
That is really good.
Okay.
Suki's always on it with these.
Yeah, nice one. I'll give my uniqueness to Monique for her runway look.
I'm giving it to Ru for her runway look for actually not being
Yes.
Like standard Ru,
Yeah.
giving us something
Luke?
new.
I'm going to give my uniqueness to Valentina for the challenge because she was uglier than she's ever been.
Okay. That's fair.
I agree with the uniqueness for Valentina actually, because on the challenge and on the runway, because I thought that was a very unique outfit.
Dan?
I already said.
Oh, God.
I'm thinking on the spot. You can too, sweetheart.
Well, I just thought Monique's outfit was really unique.
He has to give it differently. Oh my God, Dan.
I'm going to go Valentina because I really liked her outfit. It's good to see her look up.
Oh my God. Nerve?
I meant Monique.
Nerve.
Yeah.
Go on.
Manila for them fake tears. I said it.
No, they're not.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I'm having that as well.
Said
The
it.
nerve.
The nerve.
Okay.
She thought we would sit at home and see no tears.
Oh no, I want to change mine.
I'm gonna give my nerve to Valentina for the. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
But I'm the most offended.
Go on, Luke.
Well, I hadn't thought this through because I think that took a lot of nerve as well. Oh God, another one for nerve. Okay, yeah, Latrice for saying this is my crown.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, mine was gonna be Latrice.
No.
Mine was gonna be Latrice
Get
as
out of
well.
my head using those two for that.
Yeah, so you can say uniqueness for Monique for her one more outfit away from ruining the brown cow stunning meme dress and her makeup. Yeah. Talent?
Monique, come on.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Who have I not said? Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
There's only 7 queens.
I haven't said Manila.
Oh, I haven't said Manila. Have I? No, I haven't said
Have I?
Manila. Talent. Manila.
Yes, Manila. I think I loved her performance. I thought that it was so clever to carry the French and the pink across and to tie the black and white and pink all together. Talent.
You know what? I think I had a bit of a go at Monet in like her season and this season, but I'm gonna go to Monet. So I think she did like I was really impressed with her in challenge. I think I liked her runway look as well. So I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. I'll give some talent. Plus I've used up like the other ones as well.
I'll go Naomi. I'll go Naomi then because I thought she. broke
Yeah, there you go,
through the
thank
I'm
you.
not a comedy queen thing.
She really
She
brought
did
it.
both.
Yeah, I agree.
She did good fashion as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
It
you.
up.
Yeah.
What have we got for talent?
Suki's giving talent to Naomi.
Naomi, she's come close to topping every episode. Well, you don't know that.
Yes, she has.
That's a rumor. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I thought she was overall the best race of this episode.
Because last week she did really well. Like she nearly won Stats Game.
She could do well. I hope she does.
Any other final thoughts on the episode, guys?
This is. I feel like it was a good episode in
Me
the sense
too.
that like
This whole
I
season's
actually
been great.
enjoyed all of the performances. Like
I
even the
actually
dubbed
laughed
ones
out
weren't that bad.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke, do you have any other thoughts on the season generally? This is your first stream for this season.
This is my first stream. Hello, everyone.
Should have done that at the beginning.
Thoughts on
Any,
the season?
any predictions for top 3, for example?
Oh, I love Manila. I think Monique is doing really well, and Trinity is also doing really well. That's my
Okay.
that's
fair.
my top 3. The season in general, I really like it. I think it's interesting because some of the bigger characters from RuPaul's Drag Race herstory have kind of come in earlier seasons and have already been on All Stars.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a little bit like it's almost a bit of a B cast in terms of the size of the names that they've got on the show. But I think the 3 that I would put in the top 3, I think are also big names. I think Latrice was a great big name as well. So I think that's fun, and I think it's fun to see some more recent queens kind of coming back.
I think it's
Doing
been
stuff
more
too.
fun than I expected it to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially after All Stars 3,
be.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
A question:
that's right.
as an Aussie, is Courtney
What?
Is she
A woman.
Does she
biological.
is
exist?
she a woman?
Oh no, she's a man.
Do you like her?
Yeah, I do like her. I've seen her live. I think she's quite fun. And actually, shout out to Courtney Act. I saw her live in London a year ago. Were you there? Was it a Briefs thing? No, it was at the same festival that Briefs was at. Anyway, I saw her perform for singing for maybe an hour or an hour and a half in a corset, really high notes.
Okay, it's impressive.
Oh, she's
That's
got great
impressive.
voice.
Do you like her?
She might
Really?
be on
Does she?
Eurovision, actually.
She might be. I hope
Next
she
year.
is.
She's
in
in the
She's
shortlist.
like a London resident.
She's what? sorry?
She's in the shortlist. She has a song.
I believe she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a high bar.
How dare you?
It's a pretty high bar.
But she's very convincing, and I saw her. I first encountered Courtney Act when she was on Australian Idol, season 1.
Oh, cool.
And she auditioned as a boy and didn't get through, and then she auditioned as Courtney and did get through, and she got quite far. I think she maybe got to top 10.
Yeah.
And really convincing looks, you would definitely question: is this a man or is this a woman? Because her speaking voice is actually quite high.
That wasn't my original question, but I was just curious to think did you know about her?
It's just she's a household name, didn't she?
Yeah. So it was the first season of Australian Idol, which was 2002 or something. So yeah, she's been a known name.
Well, she was so fun to watch on Celebrity Big Brother because you could see Andrew Brady just so confused because he fancied Courtney so much and liked Shane so much as a friend, and it was like he just kind of had fallen in love with the Courtney side. Obviously, couldn't.
Did they get together?
No, and obviously he had that mental block of, I know that this is a woman and that's not attractive to me, but he clearly was in love with Courtney Act. He was clearly in love with Courtney. It was really lovely to watch because he was so like dewy-eyed about it, and it was great. Like the amount of people that I knew at work talking about that series and the gender issues behind it was really progressive.
Yeah.
The gender binary is so interesting.
Yeah,
she's even said that she doesn't feel completely.
Yes,
male.
she has.
She's not a trans woman, but she's not completely.
But she explained it so well, and you can see people literally like, "Oh, I get that now." Like she has days where she wakes up and she feels like Courtney, and then he has days when he feels like Shane, and it made complete sense.
But then for someone who falls in love,
I love that in Valentina's
with
fantasy
him as
she
a
won.
woman,
Very,
very sad and complicated.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Nude streaming.
She's
How
just
about it,
Caroline.
Let's do it this week.
She what?
It's with Caroline.
Actually,
Flack now.
let the resolution sink in
I'm
first.
going to
Wait, yeah, no, you're down the front.
I'm actually nude already.
Okay, cool. Serial Kids summary is this week we learned the power of editing and that this is just Valentina's world and we're all just in it.
Yes.
Very fair, very fair.
I would love Valentina to win.
Should we do our recommendations as well? The recommendation each? Keep it quick if we can.
Okay. I watched Bandersnatch, the new Black Mirror interactive.
I was unimpressed.
I quite liked it, and apparently, there's a lot of layers. I think even though it might not seem like the most exciting episode of all time, it's a really exciting concept. I think there's a lot that can be done with it, in different shows.
I think it's been done better before. I think Stanley Parable did better and other things as well.
Oh, yeah, Stanley Parable.
I just thought it didn't have the cohesiveness of a Black Mirror episode because it allowed you to kind of change things.
And the things you could change.
A better ending.
I agree.
I don't know. I liked it.
It was a good experience. It just wasn't that satisfying as a piece of TV.
Can I
Go on.
I've been watching Escape at Dannemora, which is
watching what?
Escape at Dannemora.
Don't know how.
That's the thing. It's not being very very advertised here. That's why I wanted to say it. It's up for a lot of awards in the US, but it's not being really advertised here. It's with Patricia Arquette, Benicio del Toro, and Paul Dano. Directed by Ben Stiller. It's about a real life escape from prison and this woman who helped these two prison guys who she was sleeping with, and well acted and I haven't finished it yet, but it's quite good, and it's on Sky Atlantic.
Oh,
right.
Popcorn time then.
Yeah.
Dan?
I can't think of anything particularly, so I will recommend it because I love it. I'm going to RVT Bingo on Monday, which is hosted by Timberlina. I don't normally get to go because I rehearse on a Monday, but we're on a break. And it's hilarious. It's complete British drag. It's totally fucking weird. He's done the same old shit for the last 10 years, and it's still funny.
Hilarious.
And still hilarious, and you should go.
I've never been to a bingo.
Oh my God, come. Monday night, RVT starts at 9. Get there at 8 for a seat.
Group trip out.
I've been with Dan to this before, and as he said, he doesn't normally get to go because we rehearse on a Monday, and yet still he knows all of the lines.
I've been going for years. It never changes.
Along with all of the lines.
It's one of those unique acts that if it changed, you'd be annoyed.
Right.
No. You haven't done your Whitney Houston thing. You haven't done your Cher thing.
You can remember the Whitney Houston.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I've been twice.
So yeah, you should come. If anyone's free on Monday night, well then you can't come.
Luke,
what are we doing?
Just a
recommending something that
normally over the last week, but obviously it's been a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
I've been on stream, so
well, over the New Year's break, I watched Bird Box. I
was going to say Bird Box as well. Yeah, we wanted to chat about it. Yeah.
Sorry?
We'll do a joint entry on Bird Box.
Okay, I thought Bird Box is really good, and one of the really good things about it is all of the memes that have come from it.
I haven't seen them yet. No, I need to see them.
Have you not seen
them?
No,
I haven't seen
them. Oh my God!
No.
So many memes are of the picture that is on. I think on the the icon for it on Netflix, and it's Sandra Bullock with a blindfold sitting in a boat, and the meme is always Sandra Bullock with a blindfold sitting in a boat, and then something else. And so the one I've seen is Mayhem Miller with her eyes like this.
Love that.
And it's like she's just trying not to see. Or there's another one where Alyssa is in a boat dressed in gorgeous pink and massive hair, just kind of like looking through binoculars. And there's Sandra Bullock trying not to see.
Oh, that's great. Love that.
Or it's in one with a pinata and a stick.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah,
I mean, we were on a New Year's thing together, me and Luke. Not together, but with others. And we both. Oh yeah, no,
So I was literally there.
you didn't recognise it because
Oh my God!
That's
We were in that conversation as well. How awful. I love you, my best friend.
I literally told them both about the conversation earlier. So it meant so much to me.
He does that to me all the time.
I mean, it meant so much to me.
So
that,
basically,
like,
we did sit up in my room last Tuesday night and pull the film apart. Like, there's a lot to dislike.
Oh, I
There's
not
a
just
lot of-
that.
so many plot holes.
Not just a film.
But it's good fun to watch.
It is good fun.
But
Well, maybe we shouldn't.
just
I mean,
don't think about it.
We
too
shouldn't
much.
include any spoilers. So I won't.
yeah. Just watch it. I mean, again, like, I was going to recommend it. It's a bit of a baseball, so everyone
Good
wants to see,
advice.
but like everyone knows it's good, right?
Yeah.
So watch if you haven't
It's
already.
definitely worth a watch.
Do
It's
it.
on Netflix as well, so it's free.
Not
I haven't really.
You pay for Netflix in
I've been pretty much like half away, well, mostly away from the world during the Christmas breaks. I haven't really watched anything new. We watched the new Marie Kondo show recently.
Oh
which
yeah,
is really fun.
funny, yeah.
If not just to see like her like silently judging people, but like with a really happy face, kind of being like, your life is a mess,
Yeah.
and like just kind of like staring at these like.
Very
Is
bad.
that
It's
on
great.
Netflix?
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where's
We can watch one or something.
Is
We
it
should
planning
do.
out?
She's so cute.
Yeah, I think that's it. Something like that.
Well, that she blesses things and like
Yeah,
say goodbye to this book. Thank the book for like giving you knowledge, and
Yeah.
thank these clothes for letting you wear them.
The interpreter's a
Meanwhile,
real star.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sudikin says that Mayhem Miller's eyes are the next Vanjie, and I
They really are.
believe that.
They're
That's
better
so
than the
amazing.
Vanjie
Have you seen
thing.
the clip though, Sudikin? Have you seen it's called Drama, I think is the
Yeah.
lip sync. It's something else.
Drama.
I haven't actually seen the clip, I've just seen the meme. I've not
Drama.
seen the clip.
No, check it out.
I've seen the
Mayhem
clip.
Miller Drama.
Cool. Sudikin's recommendation is a series of unfortunate events, season 3. Because like the
Mm.
film, I watched the film, I wasn't that impressed, but the series is different to the film, right?
Yeah, it is. I've only watched the first season of it. I really enjoyed
It's
the
all right.
books. So I need to catch up with all the series.
Is the series good? The first one?
It was pretty good. Yeah,
But
it's
not
pretty-
amazing.
Pretty faithful as well, actually.
Don't watch a house with a clock in its walls.
No, was it shit?
It's really bad.
Oh, you were going to
What,
make us
that's
watch that?
I know.
That's
I'm glad we
the-
did
that's
it.
the
actual
other week.
title.
I know.
And we got
It's
on
really
with it.
bad.
We
It
were
looks
like,
like a Harry Potter sort
no.
of film. But it's terrible.
That's an actual title of a film.
Yeah.
I want to watch a series on Netflix that makes me want to go past episode 1. I've done so many episode 1s of things now. I watched that one about the stalker.
I tried that. I've done very
Girlfriend is
bad.
worth it.
That looked
Yeah,
I
Crazy Girlfriend's
started
good.
watching Atypical, which I really
That's
like.
really good. I love Atypical. Season 2 is great as well.
American
No,
Horror
I've only
Story
done a couple
again.
of episodes.
The new one is really good.
I've done 3 episodes of the new American Horror Story.
Really?
I've done 3 episodes of every American Horror Story series. I've never gone.
No,
back to
I
the
really
new
like the new one now. It perseveres. I didn't like the first couple of episodes, but after it builds up fast afterwards.
You know what I love? Like, just like when you don't want to pay attention to anything too important, just put Anthony Bourdain.
Oh,
Netflix.
bless him.
I love
Oh,
his series. Is
I
so
literally,
good.
it's like the best, like kind of thing, just to just not to think, just to watch him going to places and eating perfect
He's
food.
the chef who died last year.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
can't picture him. Oh, yeah, I'll check him out. I know Sudikin. Sudikin's asking, where's my Chilling Sabrina series review? I think like it's not funny enough to make fun of. I'm halfway through it as well. I'm taking it really slowly.
Keep doing the
I don't know what to do with
Sabrina ones you were
Those
doing.
are so
They're much
good.
more fun.
The very
Thanks.
successful one.
I know exactly all the views. Really took YouTube by storm.
Although Melissa
Yeah.
Joan Hart apparently has now just said the only good people in the world are Christians, and she's all going to be insane. So
Oh, I love that. I love that for her. I see that for her.
Oh,
Cool.
Take
Okay.
it back to
Anyway,
Baby Jeepers.
Okay. No, that's a good place to end, Dan. Thanks for that. So cheers for joining us, people. Carry on conversation down below if you fancy it. We'll be back. We'll be back next week
be
sometime,
back.
maybe Friday. Slide into DMs if you fancy it. You know what I'm
Gang signs.
saying?
Grant's well up for that.
Genuinely. Until then, stay